We're into August of the 2026 Prospect League season, one that spanned over 4 months, but it ends here today. Game number 55 in the final one of the regular season between the normal CornBelters and the O'Fallon Hoots. We welcome you into Car Shield Field. Oliver Arora joined alongside Alex Ferencz. The final game, but one that doesn't really matter to either side, Alex, but for differing reasons.
It's a cruel reality. If you're the CornBelters, you're going to finish with the best record in the team's Prospect League history, and you're going to finish without a playoff berth. On the other side for O'Fallon, they've already clinched. They finished second place in the South Division of the Western Conference in the second half after Cape ran away with both the first and second half. They had the luxury of that. Finishing in second place was good enough. Belters are going to finish in third place. First place in the second half still up for grabs between Burlington and Clinton.
The Clinton game that was set today against the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp was canceled due to weather and will not be made up. Burlington, on the other hand, played a doubleheader against Quincy. They have a commanding lead early on in Game 1, which would likely mean that they clinch with a win and go to the postseason to take on Quincy at QU Stadium. CornBelters, you mentioned, Alex, 33 wins this season. That's their most in their history. It beats the original total in 2022 when they won 31 games and lost 28. But despite that, no playoffs in the rest of August. CornBelters fall short. Quincy took the first half. Burlington take the second. On the other side, O'Fallon returns to the playoffs for a second year in a row.
There's plenty of things you can point to if you're the Belters in this second half, most recent being the Terre Haute loss just earlier this week that put you out of contention completely, but it goes back to the start of the second half. Dropped 2 games against Burlington as part of an 0-4 start in the second half, playing behind the 8 ball against 2 teams that are red hot in Clinton and Burlington. Just never really gave ourselves a chance.
Not like the CornBelters have been bad, though, in the second half. Just Burlington have been phenomenal. They took 2 in normal and then went on a tear, lost 1 game following that the entire season, so they end the second half 21-8. On the other side, CornBelters, they've won 8 of their last 10, but the 2 losses coming at crucial times. They lost to Terre Haute, that officially eliminated them from the playoffs on Thursday, and then also last Friday, they gave up 12 runs in 1 inning at QU Stadium against Quincy, and that might have been the nail in the coffin for normal.
In this game tonight, we're missing a few big bats on either side. Fans don't get quite what they signed up for. No Stanek, Bogley, or McCrossin for the CornBelters, and the likely Prospect League MVP for the Hoots, Nick Bonkowski, gets the day off.
Stanek hasn't been with the team all week. On the other side, McCrossin and Vogley, their season ends just today. McCrossin early flight out tomorrow morning to Billy DuBois with nothing to play. He's going to let his star catcher get the day off. So McCrossin makes his first non-start of the summer. 54 games is the most in the Prospect League. He can be tied by Wally Diaz today if the last year's MVP plays, but still a long season for McCrossin.
Very impressive, an everyday guy, and he tuned in stats that made it worthwhile to keep him in the lineup every single day. Played very well. Belters will hope that he exercises his visa and stays in normal for 2027 summer.
Meeting at home plate between both managers. It's Billy DuBois for the CornBelters, Carter Mize for O'Fallon. And the 2 umpires today, it's Cody Hawkins calling balls and strikes, and in the field, it's Brad Marty. CornBelters are rocking their away uniforms, green jerseys with yellow lettering and some green jerseys with yellow lettering and gray pants. On the other side, O'Fallon in the traditional home uniforms, it's yellow with black sleeves and white pants. 2 sides had 2 doubleheaders this summer, 1 in normal, 1 here. CornBelters split the 1 here, but they lost both to start the second half when O'Fallon came to the Corn Crib.
We talked about how they were playing from behind with those 2 losses against O'Fallon and against Burlington. A rocky start to the second half, but right here at Car Shield Park, Jackson Stanek hit a long home run to win the first game in the first half of the doubleheader. Came from behind. Momentum was high as the CornBelters headed to Game 2 of the doubleheader, and they lost that one in a narrow defeat, which at that time would have brought them into half a game of first place. That could have given momentum to jump over the top and secure a playoff spot. It wasn't to be, and it turned out that was a bad omen to come.
We weren't sure if this game was going to be played today. The CornBelters, they lost to Terre Haute on Thursday, but yesterday their game against Clinton was canceled. And Clinton mentioned also canceled today. Not good weather up in Iowa. But with both these sides have nothing really to play for, they're still going to come out here and play in August on the final day of the regular season. Good time to take you to starting lineups for both sides. The CornBelters, they'll bat first. It's an all-righty lineup. No Vogely, no Stanek. Eli Keyser leads things off. He'll play in right field. Tyler Thompson plays in his final game as a CornBelter. He'll hit second and play over at second base. Max Heineman patrols over at first, replacing Jackson Stanek in the 3-hole. The cleanup hitter is the designated hitter, Addison Worthman, followed by the 5-hitter, Carter Blakeney, who plays in center field. Rounding out the outfield in left, it's Filippo Barada, who hits 6th. Squatting behind the dish today, it's John Nisbet, the catcher, hitting 7th. Gavin Michaels is over at shortstop, hitting 8th. And to round out the lineup, a new position for Jacob Greer, who plays over at 3rd. Starting pitcher for the CornBelters today is Nick Curry.
It's going to be tough to replace the bat of McCrossin, missing his first game, already dealing with the loss of Ben Vogely and Jackson Stanek, 2 lefty power hitters. Look for Max Heineman to try and clean things up in the heart of the order.
Max Heineman had a red-hot month of July, and also a big game here, 6 RBIs in that Game 1 win on July 18th. The Hoots taking the field. Good time to take you to their lineup. Nick Stoyer leads things off, playing over at second base. John Connors, the only lefty for either side today, is over at first. He'll hit second. William Zera is the 3-hole hitter over at third base. Griffin Brown in center, the 4-hole hitter. Carson Scher is the designated hitter, hitting 5th. Carson Ramos behind the dish, hitting 6th. Jaden Glency out there in right, hitting 7th. Nick Alagna in left. And Sam Pauley ranges at shortstop, hitting 9th. National Anthem time here at Carshield Field, but when we return, first pitch between the Hoots and the CornBelters. Don't go anywhere.
Tonight's play ball hit is Levi. Levi, what do you say?
O'Fallon has taken the field for the final time here at Carshield Field in the regular season. They'll be dancing in the playoffs come tomorrow. They take on Cape away from home against a dominant side. They'll try and get back here at home, but first they got to deal with the CornBelters. Defensive alignment one more time for the Hoots who are out there. Alagna ranges over in left, Brown in center, Glency in right, Zera's over at third, Pauley at short, Stoyer at second, Connors at first, and Ramos behind the dish. The one man we haven't introduced yet on the hill for O'Fallon is Drew Patrick, making his 3rd appearance of the summer, 2nd start. Has only gone 2 innings for the Hoots, giving up 4 earned runs. All of those came in his first appearance against Quincy, and then his second time around also got some redemption against Quincy, went an inning of work, no runs, no runners on base, and a strikeout. CornBelters, 33 wins, have nothing to play for, but they're still fielding a lineup on the final day of the regular season.
O'Fallon not going to throw their best arms today. They know they have to travel to Cape against one of the best lineups to ever play in the Prospect League. Expect the arms tonight to be more on the conservative end, manage the game. You want to win tonight if you're O'Fallon to hopefully come back to CornBelters Field in the second round of the playoffs, but don't want to do it at the expense of having your best arms tomorrow night.
O'Fallon second place in the South Division, but they're able to get it done because of historic season by Cape. 44 wins on the summer. That's the most in Prospect League history. All right, time for baseball here at CornBelters Field. It'll be Eli Keyser, the right-hander, to lead things off for Normal. It's a righty-righty matchup. Keyser digs in. Patrick working from the stretch. First offer. Fastball called strike in the upper corner, and we are underway. First pitch, 6:33, game time temperature 71 degrees. It's a rainy one here at CornBelters Field. 0-1. Breaking ball outside and downstairs to make it 1-1. We had some concerns about the weather. It's been raining the whole way through and was raining when we got to the ballpark around 2 hours ago, but nothing too severe. 1-1. Fastball chopped on the left side. It's fielded by Zera at third, who fires across the diamond in time to retire Keyser to lead things off.
William Zera has no trouble, but you mentioned it, Oliver, with the rain. It's going to be interesting to see if the fielders grabbing that ball off the wet turf have trouble on the transfer and the throw.
3 pitches is good for Patrick to retire the leadoff hitter. Brings up another righty, and Tyler Thompson, who's playing in his final game of baseball ever with the CornBelters. Going to coach at Kankakee in the fall. First pitch. Called strike on the outer half. A fastball at 82 miles an hour puts Patrick ahead. Thompson against Terre Haute, 0 for 4 with the walk. 0-1. Saws one off, and it goes foul into the right field seats quickly. Patrick is ahead 0-2. That 0 for 4 performance from Thompson snapped a 12-game hit streak. The second baseman today has 67 hits on the summer, is searching for 71. If he can get 4 today, that would put him tied for the lead. He'll swing and a miss, though, at a breaking ball outside. Quickly, Patrick has 2 down.
That's a big blow to Thompson's hopes to try and be the all-time single-season CornBelters hit leader. Would need 4 more at-bats, 4 hits, 5 to break the record. The day off yesterday against Clinton unplanned did him no favors.
Patrick working quickly, 2 up, 2 down. He'll now face the red-hot Max Heineman, who digs in from the right side. 0-0. Breaking ball rolled towards third. Zera fields on the backhand, fires across for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go to the top of the order for the CornBelters. 7 pitches is all Drew Patrick needed. So now we head to the home half of the first inning, where O'Fallon tries to make some noise themselves. Don't go anywhere. 1, 2, 3 go the CornBelters in the top of the first. So now Nick Curry takes the ball for Normal, making his 5th start of the summer. Last time out against Quincy, though, it was a rough showing. He was cruising through 2 innings, and then we got to the 3rd, and he gave up 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 runs overall. And the CornBelters were absolutely pounced.
It was all downhill from there. Quincy continued to add on in that huge 3rd inning. Curry allowed 2 base runners in the first 2 frames, but got away unscathed. You can't expect this Hoots lineup to not hurt you if you give up free passes.
That was 8 days ago, so now the right-hander gets the ball back, and the first man he faces today is Nick Stoyer, the right-hander playing over at second base today. Like Patrick, Curry working from the stretch despite nobody on. Here's the 0-0. Outside fastball at 83 miles an hour for ball 1. Wind blowing out today, dead center as a testament by the flagpole just to the right of the scoreboard in left center field. 1-0. Breaking ball downstairs. Nisbet behind the dish keeps it in front of him, but he'll get a new baseball. It's a 2-0 count now to Stoyer. Defensive alignment for the CornBelters were out there in the field for the first time. Barada in left, Blakeney in center, Keyser in right, and in the infield, Greer over at third, Michaels at short, Thompson at second, Heineman at first. 2-0. Fastball catches the inside corner to make it 2-1. Stoyer didn't play yesterday in their win against Alton for the Hoots. Last time out against Thrillville on the 30th, he went 1 for 5 with an RBI, but 3 strikeouts. 2-1. Outside on the fastball. It's a 3-1 count now to the leadoff hitter.
Stoyer did well for himself in the doubleheader overall, 3 for 9 with 5 RBIs. But you touched on it, Oliver. Prone to the strikeout, 4 Ks across the 2 games.
Stoyer, leadoff hitter today, hitting .325 on the summer, making his 40th appearance. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball misses downstairs for ball 4. It's a 5-pitch walk to start the game for Nick Stoyer.
This is where Nick Curry got into trouble in Quincy, issuing free passes that came back to bite him. Took 3 innings there, but this Hoots lineup not quite as forgiving.
Stoyer's 18th walk of the summer, and speaking of walks, brings up John Connors, the only lefty today on either side, who leads the entire prospect league in walks with 58. Curry looks over his shoulder before coming set. Kick home. Fastball misses low for ball 1. Connors also leads the prospect league in on-base percentage. .551 is the number. Stoyer over at first, small leadoff. One out. Fastball catches the zone for strike 1. Outside half is 82 miles an hour. Jacob Greer, an interesting one over at third base today for Normal. That's where McCrossen's been occupying to close out this season, but not over there today, not with the team. 1-1. High hit fly ball into center field. Blakeney ranges back at the track, at the wall, and he'll make the catch. What a grab by Carter Blakeney. Stoyer's going to tag and move to second, but Normal still gets out number 1.
Wind blowing out here at CarShield Field. That ball continued to carry. Carter Blakeney took 2 steps back at first, then had to take 5 or 6 more. Collides with the wall, 383 feet. A long fly out.
So Stoyer moves into scoring position now. And Curry is going to just warm up with Heineman as Zera, who digs into the box, needs some more time. The right-hander now digs in. 0-0 the score. We're just getting started here in the home half of the first inning. Runner on second base is Stoyer. Curry, long pause, now looks over to second. Kicks it home. Slider downstairs for ball 1. Zara went 2 for 3 against Alton yesterday with 2 doubles. Brought his average on the summer to .278. One out. Fastball outside 82 miles an hour, can't find the corner, and it's 2 balls, no strikes to William Zera. Zera made his Prospect League debut against the CornBelters on June 27th. He went 1 for 3 in a contest in normal. 2-0. Fastball on the inside corner for strike 1.
Curry working the inside half of the plate early on. It's a pitcher's friendly zone tonight from Cody Hawkins.
Michaels, the second baseman, holds on Stoyer behind Curry. 21 stolen bases for Stoyer on the season. That leads the Hoots. 2-1. Breaking ball outside makes it a 2-2 count. Nice pitch there by Nick Curry. Clips the bottom half. 2-2, 1 out. Runner on second base. William Zera facing Nick Curry. Righty-righty matchup. Two-two. Fastball grounded towards short. Michaels fields, fires across, and gets the throw in time for out number 2. On the play, Stoyer moves over to third.
Gavin Michaels not used to playing shortstop either. The entire left side of the infield finding themselves in pretty new positions. Gavin Michaels, a longer throw than he's used to at second base, gets it over on one hop.
Runner on third base now for Griffin Brown. Center fielder in today's contest. Has 30 RBIs in the summer and another one potentially waiting 90 feet away. 13 pitches already for Curry. Trying to find a way out of this inning. First offer. Breaking ball downstairs. Nisbet does a nice job keeping it in front of him. He'll signal time. Get a new baseball. It's a 1-0 count. Brown 0 for 3 yesterday. Hitting .224 on the summer. Played a lot of games for the Hoots, 42. That's the third most out of anyone in the lineup today, 1-0. Fastball high, 2 balls, no strikes to count to Griffin Brown. Brown, a tall hitter, 6'3". That's the second tallest out of any position player today for the Hoots. 2-0. Fastball fouled straight back. It kicks off of the screen. Curry, that's his hardest one of the day, 85 miles an hour for strike 1.
Rain continuing to pick up at CornBelters Field. We'll see if it continues to increase how much of an impact it makes down on the field.
2-1. Breaking ball skied in the air on the right side. Heineman tries to run over, but he'll watch it go into foul territory to make it a 2-2 count. Brown plays a lot better here at CornBelters Field than he does on the road, hitting .267 here, but when the Hoots are not here at home, he's hitting .189. Testament of that is the last time that O'Fallon was at home against Thrillville, Brown had 5 RBIs in that game, including a grand slam. 2-2, 2 outs, runner at third base. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down and out, and the count runs full to Griffin Brown. CornBelters defense plays straight up. Just need the force out over at first base. Thompson at second, playing deep in the hole on the outfield turf. Here's the 3-2. Fastball hit high in the air in foul territory. Going to send Nisbet and Greer at third, who can't make the grab. It falls into foul territory, so no harm for the CornBelters, but Greer can't secure out number 3. We mentioned Jacob Greer in a new position today over at third base, usually behind the dish when he does play for the CornBelters. Unable to bail out Curry and get out number 3.
Should be an easier play. Don't have to shed a mask, just have to camp under it. Greer overran it, thinking it was headed towards the netting. Drops just a few feet off the foul line.
So we'll do it again. This is now the 20th pitch of Nick Curry's start. Here it is. Fastball rolled foul down the third base line. It gets into the CornBelters bullpen. So we'll do it again. 30 hits on the summer for Griffin Brown. 3 of those being home runs. It's been a key part today in this been a key part all season for the Hoots in their success on offense. 3-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Curry gets Brown to chase and gets out of the inning. The Hoots strand a runner on third base. And so this contest remains 0-0. We head to the top of the second inning. CornBelters try and find some life. 4, 5, and 6 due up. You're listening to Normal CornBelters Baseball on the Normal CornBelters YouTube channel. We're into the top of the second inning, 0-0, still to score here at CornBelters Field. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the CornBelters, who face Drew Patrick back out there for the second after working quickly in the first. It's a righty-righty matchup. Addison Worthman digs into the box. 2 groundouts to third and a strikeout was all Patrick needed in the first inning. Stands on the first base side of the rubber. First pitch. Breaking ball catches the inside corner for strike 1. Patrick faces Addison Worthman, who had an unbelievable month in July. Hit .337 with 14 extra base hits, the 0-1. Off speed with a lot of movement. Misses inside, though. It's a 1-1 count.
Thank you, darling.
Of those 14 extra base hits for Worthman, 5 of them home runs, including one on Tuesday that went 444 feet, the longest of the summer for normal. 1-1 breaking ball gets a swing and a miss out of Worthman on the outer half. It's 1-2.
That's been Worthman's kryptonite, the slider away, getting him to swing right through it. A quiet swing, his hands start right at his chest. That slider moving away is a tricky pitch for him.
1-2. Goes back to the slider. This one's rolled foul down the third base line, and we'll do it again. Rain still coming down here. Just a light mist, though. Nothing that will hinder too much baseball. Wind remains to blow out. Patrick comes set. 1-2. Fastball popped up and gets over the netting to our right. Another foul ball for Addison Worthman. We'll do it again, 1-2. Hoots defense plays straight up. Nobody on. No outs. One-two. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. 70 miles an hour downstairs, retires Worthman. It's Patrick's second strikeout, and there's one down in the top of the second.
Worthman, when he gets a fastball or even a breaking ball on the inside half, he's proven so adept at sending it into the left center gap. When you bring that slider away or low in the zone, it's a little less fruitful.
Brings up Carter Blakeney now, another righty-righty matchup for Patrick. 0-0. Fastball catches the outside corner for strike 1. 80 miles an hour from Patrick. Oh, 1. Fastball in the inside corner gets a swing and a miss. Blakeney's elbow guard flies off, and as a result, he's going to fling it into the CornBelters dugout on the third base side. Ball's behind 0-2. So no elbow guard now for Carter Blakeney. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. The Hoots wanted it. Blakeney started retreating. It's a 1-2 count. One, two. Fastball hit weakly to short, and Pauly catches it on the fly for out number 2.
That elbow guard has flown off Blakeney's left arm a few times in the past few weeks in the middle of a swing. Perhaps he would have had a little more mustard on the line drive, though, if he had kept it on it.
2 quick outs for Drew Patrick. 5 up, 5 down for normal early on. Brings up Filippo Barada. First offer. Breaking ball with a lot of movement, but misses down and away for ball 1. Barada making his 5th appearance versus O'Fallon this summer, but has yet to record a hit in any of those games. Tries to change narrative, though, where he just had a red-hot July, hitting .241 on the season, but in the month of July, he hit over .340, 1L. Fastball runs inside. Barada watches it go by for ball 2.
11 hit by pitches on the summer. Barada nearly added a 12th.
I don't know how much it was, but it was like $15.
2-0. Fastball high. 3 balls, no strikes now to Filippo Barada. Despite the rain, the final regular season game here at CornBelters Park and O'Fallon already clinching a playoff berth. There's a lot of fans here at the ballpark. 3-0. Fastball catches the zone on the outer half for strike 1.
Fan appreciation night, so $5 tickets will bring a few more faces to the park.
Always good to see. A lot of fans at a ballpark on this rainy Saturday. 3-1. Inside ball 4. It's a 5-pitch walk for Filippo Barada, who's aboard with 2 down.
First base runner of the night for the Belters. That's a guy you want on the base paths. 13 stolen bases, but hasn't had the chances. He hasn't been able to get on base as much as Barada would have liked. Once he's on, he's typically a threat to try and steal second.
He'll throw on the sliding mitt, and it's John Nisbet's task to try and do something with Barada over at first base. Pickoff attempt. Barada slides back in safely, but the throw gets away. Barada digging for 3. It skips into right field where Glenty fields and tosses to third, but it's not in time. The speed on full display there for Filippo Barada. Moves over to third on the errant throw.
Good heads-up base running from Barada. It kicked off the wall. Lucky that it didn't go out of play straight off the throw. Took a high skip, but it jumps into right field. Barada overslid third base, so I think that might be a theme here tonight with the turf so wet. Base runner's going to need to make sure they remain in contact with the bag.
There is kind of a puddle forming around third base. Nisbet now gets the first offer. Watches a fastball go by inside for ball 1. A new situation now for John Nisbet. Runner 90 feet away, 2 outs, nothing to score in the top of the second. 1-0. Breaking ball misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Nisbet making only his 17th appearance of the summer. Missed a lot of time in July with a thumb injury. 2-0. Fastball in the zone to make it 2-1. That thumb injury happened on June 17th at Clinton, and so he missed a lot of games, all of them against the Hoots. His first appearance against O'Fallon. 3-1 pitch runs tight. Nisbet has to get out of the way. He does so successfully. It's a 3-1 count now to the catcher.
24 games is no small amount in this Prospect League season. Belters happy to have him back.
3-1. Fastball called strike. Nisbet thought he had it, was ready to take off the shin guard, but instead it's a full count now. 2 outs, runner on third base in Filippo Barada. Patrick brings the hands together at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball, cold strike 3. Nisbet's not too happy about it. He has some words to say to Cody Hawkins behind the plate, but nothing he can do about it. Patrick continues to stay hot, works out of a potential jam there with Filippo Barada's base running. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Hoots still 0-0. Try and get some runs on the board. Welcome you back into the bottom of the second inning. Nothing still to the score. It's been a pitcher's duel early on. Nick Curry with the leadoff walk in the first. Bounced back with 3 straight outs. Now out there for the second inning. And the first batter he faces is a righty in Carson Scher. Curry, 21 pitches in the first inning, has already worked that pitch count high. Nothing. Breaking ball skips away from Nisbet. It landed in front of the plate, and the catcher couldn't pick it, so it goes to the backstop. He'll get a new baseball. With 22 pitches now for Curry on the mound, there's an arm getting loose for the CornBelters. A right-hander. 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 2. Scher has not had the best success here at home against the CornBelters. He's 0 for 5 in 3 games, 2 pinch hit appearances, and 1 start. 2-0. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. That arm moving for the CornBelters is Nick Kruger, the appearance leader for Normal this summer. Traveled with the team today for the final game of the regular season. 2-1. Swing and a miss, a breaking ball on the outer half. Gets a sword out of Scher, and it's a 2-2 count.
If you're the CornBelters, you don't want to make the same mistake you made in Quincy, where Curry had 2 rough innings to start the game. You left him out there for a third, and that's when he got shelled. Perhaps that's why Kruger's already up and moving to avoid the deja vu.
2-2. Fastball runs inside. Scher has to put his hands above his head to get out of the way of that one. It's a full count now. Still no hits for either side. Only 2 walks, 1 for each team, have been the base runners today. 3-2. Fastball hit weakly into left field. Barada gives chase, and he'll watch it fall in front of him for a base hit. He'll pick it up on the hop. It's a leadoff single for Carson Scher.
Carson Scher hits that off the barrel. He probably has his first home run of the summer. Instead, it hits off the very end of the bat and falls weakly in front of Barada. He'll take it either way.
Rain continuing to play factor, knocked that ball down as it's picked up a little bit, but still nothing to concern stopping this game. Runner on first now for the catcher, Carson Ramos, who digs in from the right side. Curry looks over at first before getting his sign. Nothing. Fastball in the zone for strike 1. 83 miles an hour at the knees. Ramos hitting .267 on the summer, making his 20th appearance for the Hoots. 0-1. Hit hard into center field. That'll fall for a base hit. Blakeney has trouble scooping it, and it'll run all the way to the wall. Scher's rounding third. He's going to score standing. They still don't have the ball, but Ramos is going to pump the brakes over at third. It's a triple for Carson Ramos, and the Hoots strike first. It's 1-0.
Carter Blakeney hasn't played a whole lot of center field this year. Filippo Barada in left tonight has a little more experience in that spot, but it's Blakeney who gets the start at number 8, and man, he makes a mess of it. It falls in front of him. He's caught in the in-between on whether he can make the catch in the air or if he's going to have to pick it. Pulls his head. It rolls all the way to the wall. Few free bases. Unnecessary errors that hurt the Belters.
After that, Jaden Glency now steps into the box with a runner on third base and still nobody out. First offer. Fastball popped up but foul down the right field line and into the seats for strike 1. Glency hitting .313 on the summer, has a 3-game hit streak coming into this contest. Oh, 1. Fastball hit high in the air to center field. Blakeney is ranging to his left, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Ramos tags, and he'll be in safely. The throw is late, and it's 2-0 Hoots.
Carter Blakeney again showing a little bit of inexperience in center field. Doesn't get behind that ball with the momentum needed for a throw at the plate. Catches it over his left shoulder, almost behind his head. And it's an easy tag from Carson Ramos.
Kruger, who is warming up for the CornBelters, is no longer throwing. He's just standing out there with the bullpen catcher. Still Curry on the hill. Base is empty, 1 out for the 8-hitter, Nick Alagna. The pitch. Alagna squares to bunt, doesn't pull it back, and it's a strike. Alagna can't put it in play.
Could see a rare mound visit from a guy in uniform. Ryan Willard, the pitching coach for the Belters, suited up tonight, number 2.
Normal, did not bring too many arms in the final game of the regular season. 0-1. Fastball fouled straight back. Gets over us in the press box. It's an 0-2 count. Bullpen coach Nick Roseman now goes down there to talk to Nick Kruger. Curry 33 pitches through 1 1/3. 0-2. Another pop-up that's fouled straight back. Nisbet gives chase, but it'll go past him and into the seats. We'll do it again, 0-2. A lot of fans here behind home plate. And it's going to be given to a kid, the foul ball. It's a nice gesture. Alagna at the plate has struggled as of recently. Only 1 hit in his last 7 games. 0-2. Fastball high for ball 1. As a result, that average for Nick Alagna, 139 through only 15 games. Joined O'Fallon after the All-Star game. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball spoiled again. Alagna working himself a nice at-bat. The count remains 1-2. 2-0 the Hoots lead in the home half of the second inning. Nobody on and 1 out for Nick Alagna at the plate. Curry on the hill, comes set, fires home. It gets Alagna on the shoulder. Curry can't locate the breaking ball, and Alagna works a nice at-bat. He's aboard via the hit by pitch.
Nick Kruger standing in the bullpen like he's ready at any moment when Billy Du Bois decides to call on him. Du Bois looking over there, but seems as though Curry will get at least another hitter.
The 9-hitter, Sam Pauley, steps in now from the right side. Runner on first base in Nick Alagna. Double play depth for the CornBelters middle infield. Wind continues to blow out here at CarShield Field. 0-0. Fastball outside, ball 1. Pauley been a great hitter for the Hoots this summer despite being in the 9-hole. 44 games, is hitting above 300. One-0. High pop-up foul. Hoots hitting a lot of pop-ups foul early on this inning, Alex.
Nisbet doing sprints back and forth to the netting. That time didn't even bother to take his mask off. He's starting to learn the wind trajectory.
And they're working Curry. This will be his 40th pitch of the appearance, and he's only through 1 1/3. Right-hander standing on the first base side of the rubber, looks over at first where Alagna sits. 1-1. Alagna takes off. Pitch is hit back up the middle and through for a base hit. Blakeney fields. Alagna on his way to third. That's where he'll stop. It's a 3rd hit in the inning for the Hoots, who have been red hot at the plate.
Gotta wonder how long they're gonna leave Nick Curry out there. The Hoots clearly haven't figured out with it turning over to the top of the order. These are not guys you want Nick Curry to see more than once.
O'Fallon as well, without their best hitter, Nick Bonkowski, on the bench today. But they're still producing. Runners at the corners, 1 out. The lineup flips over for Nick Stoyer. First pitch outside, a breaking ball for ball 1. Pauley was over at first base dancing. Thought about trying his luck going to second, but elected to stay back. Nisbet looked him back towards first. 1-0. Now he takes off, pitches, misses downstairs. Throw down to second is in time. What a tag by Gavin Michaels. Sliding away, able to reach cross body and get out number 2.
Great throw from Nisbet. He almost got the precursor as Pauley started to run the pitch before he knew it was coming. But what a throw, right on the money, and Michaels looking like Javi Baez out there.
Now only a runner on third base in Nick Alagna, and 2 down. 2-0 count. Fastball in there for strike one. 84 miles an hour, dots the outside corner.
That's how you help a struggling pitcher, too. Throwing a runner out on the base paths, make it easier, and just one more out needed to retire the side.
2-1. Breaking ball skips in the dirt. Nisbet keeps it in front of him. It's a 3-1 count now. That's the 11th runner Nisbet has thrown out this summer. Leads all CornBelters. He passes Jake Greer over at third base, who also has 10. 2-0 Hoots lead. Bottom of the second inning. 3-1. Downstairs, ball 4. It's a second walk in as many plate appearances for Nick Stoyer. And the Hoots have runners at the corners again.
It's a tricky balancing act if you're Billy Du Bois. There's not too many arms. We've already touched on it. Ryan Willard is suited up, the pitching coach. Nisbet will go talk to Curry, but you can't burn the arms you do have too early on. Even with this game not holding the same meaning the rest of the regular season games did, you don't want to end up in a spot where you're left with position players out on the hill.
Kruger is still not warming up down there, so it's not a matter of this mound visit to give him some time. Just Nisbet and Curry on the mound discussing. Willard, the pitching coach, almost came in that big loss against Quincy. Things were getting ugly in that third inning. They gave up 12 runs, and all of a sudden, Ryan Willard made his way from the bullpen and was right behind Du Bois, ready to go. But the CornBelters got out of it, and we did not see the pitching coach. Signal to Kruger to start warming up again. That's what he'll do. But now back to the action. John Connors, the solo lefty for either side, steps in with runners at the corners. 0-0. Skips in front of Nisbet, who has some trouble fielding it. The runner over at first, and Stoyer is going to take off and take second with ease. Takes away the force, and now there's 2 runners in scoring position for John Connors.
It's what the Hoots wanted to do with Sam Pauly before he was thrown out. Stoyer, a better runner than Pauly.
Connors, 42 RBIs on the summer. Couple that with 60 hits. 1-0. Outside fastball at 82 miles an hour. Puts Connors ahead in the count, 2-0. Riding an 11-game on-base streak is John Connors, 0 for 1 today. Fastball on the outer half for strike one. That streak started after it was ended here in a doubleheader between the CornBelters and the Hoots. Before that game, Connors was riding a 30-game on-base streak. 2-1. Breaking ball outside. Nisbet slides to his left to make the catch, and it's a 3-1 count.
Have to imagine this is Nick Curry's last batter regardless. Billy Du Bois motioning over to the bullpen. Nick Roseman making sure Nick Kruger's ready. This is going to be his final hitter.
Now the 50th pitch for Nick Curry. 3-1 count, 2 outs. Here it is. Outside, ball 4. A second walk in as many batters. Connors extends his tally at the top of the Prospect League, 59 now, and the bases are loaded. It's bench coach Cannon Klein out there who makes the trot, not Billy Du Bois, the field manager. A surprise coach to come out of the dugout here. Not Willard, the pitching coach we usually see, or Du Bois to make the change.
I guess you don't want to send Ryan Willard out for the mound visit as he's on the active roster and may come into pitch later. You don't want to set that message to your players. Willard wearing number 2 tonight in full uniform. He started Quincy in street clothes, ready to coach. He made a couple mound visits early on. Tonight, straight from the get-go, he's in full uniform. So it'll be Cannon Klein to go talk to Nick Curry.
Willard also was playing catch before the game. By all accounts, looking like an active player on the roster, not the pitching coach, as that would seem. He was just out there before the start of this half inning, playing catch with Barada out there in left field, warming him up, which is something we haven't seen in games past when we thought Ryan Willard was coming in. So Cannon Klein makes his way back to the dugout. Curry remains on the hill. Bases are loaded. Pauly was thrown out for the second out. Nick Alagna's over at third. Stoyer at second. Connors at first. All for the 3-hole hitter, William Zera, who's the 8th hitter to hit this inning for the Hoots. Pitch number 51 on the way for Curry. Breaking ball low and outside for ball 1. CornBelters defense plays straight up. There's no need to play anywhere shift. They have a force at all 4 bases. 1-0. Outside on another breaking ball. It runs into the left-hand batter's box to make it a 2-0 count. 3 hits in the inning for the Hoots. 6 base runners. Zera grounded out to shortstop in the first. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Curry gets the chase on the breaking ball in the outer half to make it 2-1. Zera 20 hits on the summer. By some miracle with the Hoots playoff run, he's going to fall short of his total with O'Fallon last year where he had 30. 2-1. Gets another swing and a miss. Breaking ball downstairs, or gets the foul tip rather. Ball's dead. Nisbet gets a new baseball. All the same to Curry though, who levels the count at 2-2.
Zera played the same number of games as he did last summer, just didn't have as good of a year. Last year hit 333. This summer significantly lower, 278.
2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nisbet applies the tag, and that'll do it for the second inning. The Hoots able to strike first, though. They tack on 2 runs thanks to Carson Ramos picking up his first triple of the summer and then a sacrifice fly right after from Jaden Glency. It's now up to Normal to respond in the top of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Normal CornBelters Baseball on the Normal CornBelters YouTube channel. We're into the top of the 3rd. The CornBelters currently trail 2-0 after 2 runs in the second. A delay as the 9-hitter Jake Greer on deck lost grip of his bat in the on-deck circle and it flung wayward towards O'Fallon's dugout. Cody Hawkins, home plate umpire, picks it up and talks to Greer before re-giving him the bat. Scary sight, Alex.
That nearly drilled a fan sitting just outside the netting. Clearly not on purpose. With it being slippery, the rain just flew out of Greer's hands, but man, that was a close call.
He'll pick up a new bat, and now at the plate, Gavin Michaels digs in from the right-hand side. First offer from Drew Patrick is a fastball low for ball 1. 8 hitters hit in that second inning for O'Fallon. 2 runs on 3 hits. CornBelters have their work cut out for them. Here's the 1-0. Fastball high, misses above the letters for ball 2. Michaels hitting .313 on the summer, making his 30th appearance. 2-0. Downstairs, 3 balls and no strikes is the count now to Gavin Michaels. The shortstop today currently has a 4-game hit streak. However, he has struggled on the road this year, hitting 158 away from the corn crib, while at home hitting 444. Ball 4 upstairs. It's a quick and easy 4-pitch walk to Gavin Michaels to lead off the third.
Michaels has had his experience this summer hitting from the leadoff spot, so no surprise he's able to work a walk to start off the inning.
Michaels also a speed threat over there at first. 15 stolen bases this summer. Brings up the 9-hitter Jacob Greer with a new bat, not the one that he flung wayward. He'll dig in from the right side with Michaels over at first. Patrick standing on the first base side of the rubber gets his sign. Pitch home. Fastball high for ball 1. Patrick has worked through this CornBelters lineup with relative ease. Only 2 base runners so far, both of them being walks. Has 3 strikeouts. Michaels big leadoff over at first base. 1-0. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. It was running towards Greer, but still able to find the zone. It's 1-1. Greer over at third, replacing Nolan McCrossin, who's occupied that position a lot in the second half. 1-1. Gets behind Greer and runs to the backstop. Ramos doesn't give too much of a chase. Michaels moves over to second into scoring position.
Perhaps just a friendly reminder from Patrick, don't throw your bat at our fans.
Greer now is a 2-1 count. As we were saying, McCrossin in the 55th game of the summer gets his first sit. 54 is the most in the Prospect League this summer. Wally Diaz of Terre Haute can tie that mark if he gets the start today. 2-1. Breaking ball. Michaels flings his bat along, or excuse me, Greer flings his bat a long way again. That one was pimped, almost got to the outfield grass. And it got a big shock here from this O'Fallon crowd.
He's going to take off his batting gloves. Something needs to change.
Greer has really struggled at the plate recently. Hasn't gotten a hit since July 3rd. Last time the CornBelters came here to O'Fallon in the doubleheader, Greer got the start in game 2 and went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. 2-2 count, nobody out, runner on second base. It's Gavin Michaels. The pitch. Patrick goes back to the breaking ball low and away. This time Greer watches it go by, and it's a full count now.
An interesting shift for Greer. He takes off his batting gloves and takes up a stick with tape on the handle up to the middle of the bat. Should help him maintain that grip.
3-2. Cold strike 3. Fastball dots the low and outside corner, and there's one down. Drew Patrick has his 4th strikeout of the game.
Jacob Greer not seeing the ball too well at the plate. It's been a theme throughout the year, but accentuated in July. It's a tough one to take.
Somebody else who's struggled as of recent at the plate is the leadoff hitter Eli Keyser, who steps into the box. Grounded out in the first inning and is hitless in his last 3 games. First pitch. Fastball in the outer half for strike 1. Righty-righty matchup. All right-handers today in this CornBelters lineup. Plays favorably to Patrick on the hill. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Keyser chases downstairs, and quickly it's an 0-2 count. Before going hitless in 3 straight games, Keyser had a big game at home. 4 for 6 against the Pistol Shrimp in that win, but has since struggled at the plate. Average still above 300, 305 coming into tonight's contest. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside. It skips away from Ramos and enough room for Michaels to steal third. The speed on full display from Gavin Michaels, now 90 feet away.
Fantastic base running. Michaels has the best view of anyone in the park leading off second base. Sees that breaking ball. Is going to skip in front of Ramos. Able to take an extra back.
The corner infielders for the Hoots move in. Zara over at third, Connors at first. 1-2, 1 out for Eli Keyser. Patrick, deep breath, now comes home. High hit fly ball into left field. Alagna ranges back. He's looking up, and that ball is gone. Light tower power for Eli Keyser, who ties this game with one swing. It's 2-2.
First hit of the night for the Belters, and what a way to do it in your final game of the season. Eli Keyser gets his third home run, 390 feet.
The first hit for the CornBelters, like you mentioned, is a big one. All of a sudden, Drew Patrick was working easily through the CornBelters lineup. Now a tie ball game. Base is empty, one out for Tyler Thompson. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball with a lot of movement, grounded towards short. Paulie fields on the backhand and fires to first for out number 2. It's an 0 for 2 day for Tyler Thompson. Looks like he's going to fall short of magic number 71, all-time single-season hits leader for the CornBelters.
And with 3 games left, he just needed 4, Oliver. Coming off an 11-game hit streak, went 0 for 4 against the Rex. Clinton canceled 0 for 2 today. Gonna fall just shy.
Max Heineman now digs in from the right side. First pitch. Watches a fastball outside, ball 1. Heineman grounded out to third to end the first inning. 1-0. Hard hit towards short. Paulie dives, but the ball kicks into left field, and it'll be a base hit. Heineman digging for 2. Alagna Fields fires into second, and they got him. The throw well in time. Heineman doesn't like it. He has his hands on his head, but nothing he can do about it. Jackson Blemler, the third base coach, is going to go out there to talk to Brad Marty, the field umpire. And Billy Du Bois, the head coach for the CornBelters, is going to do the same with Cody Hawkins behind the plate. But it looks like Heineman concedes, and he's taking his gear off. Inning over. Not before the CornBelters played 2 runs thanks to Eli Keyser's 2-run shot. In the blink of an eye, this game is tied again. We head to the home half of the third inning. Welcome you back into the home half of the third inning. Eli Keyser with a long 2-run home run has leveled this game 2-2 the score. And there's a new arm for the CornBelters. Nick Curry goes only 2 innings and is replaced by another Nick Kruger. Kruger, the appearance leader for the CornBelters this summer, making his 21st. He'll face the 4-hitter Griffin Brown. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside for ball 1. It's a righty-righty matchup. Brown struck out swinging in the first inning. 1-0. Hard hit back up the middle. Michaels dives, fields, but can't make the throw. He bottles it on the transition. It'll be an infield single for Griffin Brown to lead off the third.
Fantastic stop from Michaels, sliding into the hole, but we see the moisture on the ground come back to bite him. Can't get it on the transfer.
Final stat line for Nick Curry, 2 innings of work, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. That brings up Carson Shear, the designated hitter today, with the runner on first base and Griffin Brown. Kruger now in the windup, in the stretch, standing on the first base side of the rubber. Comes home. Fastball catches the zone at the knees for strike 1. 84 miles an hour from Nick Kruger. Games around the league that matter for both these teams. Burlington able to take game 1 against the Doggy Paddlers and clinch the postseason. 0-1. Slider misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matters for O'Fallon because if they can beat the Cape Catfish tomorrow, they would host Burlington. 1-1. Breaking ball rolled towards third. Greer fields, and he's just going to go to first. Fires across the diamond, and a nice stretch by Max Heineman is able to get out number 1. Brown moves over to second.
Looking like a natural third baseman, Jacob Greer. And Oliver beating the Cape Catfish, easier said than done. 44-10 across the 2 halves. Winners of both the first and second half. O'Fallon has a tall task ahead of them tomorrow.
Those 44 wins, a Prospect League record. It's been an unbelievable season for Cape. They'll play O'Fallon tomorrow away from home. Carson Ramos digs in, first pitch. Breaking ball catches the inside corner for strike 1. Ramos an RBI triple in the second. It got past Carter Blakeney out there in center field and rolled all the way to the wall. It gave the catcher his first triple of the summer. Kruger finally gets his sign, nods, and comes set. 0-1. Goes back to the breaking ball, but it's downstairs and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown over at second base, 11 stolen bags on the summer. Has a big lead off with Thompson, the second baseman, holding him on. Kruger looks over at second. 1-1. Breaking ball skips away from Nisbet on the left side. It's an easy free base for Griffin Brown, who's over at third.
Jumped up and caught Nisbet on the mass. He's lucky he was able to find it quickly. If not, could have been 2 bases and a run for Griffin Brown.
Ramos, that triple, 1 of 4 hits today for the Hoots. They're out hitting normal, 4-2. As they try and jump back out in front. Go ahead run 90 feet away, 1 out, 2-1 count. 2-1. Fastball low. Nisbet does a nice job keeping it in front of him. And it's a 3-1 count. They'll get a new baseball. There's an arm down there for the CornBelters, but he's not moving just yet. Mentioned it's a bullpen game. Kruger, the closer, already in here in the bottom of the third. Rain still coming down. Not too hard, though. Kruger comes set at the chest. 3-1. Breaking ball high, ball 4. A 5-pitch walk for Carson Ramos puts runners at the corners.
Oliver, it's unclear quite how many arms are warm tonight, but Josh Jones appears to be next in line. And then confirmed in the bullpen, Ryan Willard, Yats down there. We'll see who else gets the call to go warm up.
Kruger has to take care of business here in the third, though. He faces Jaden Glency, righty-righty, first pitch. Fastball in the outer half for strike 1. Glency sacrifice fly in the second inning, made it a 2-0 ball game. Oh, 1. Kruger goes back to the fastball, but this one misses high. It's a 1-1 count, 84 miles an hour, that pitch. Runner on first base, Carson Ramos. Over at third, Griffin Brown. 1 out. Game's tied in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Ramos thought about taking off, but retreats back as the breaking ball misses low. It's a 2-1 count. Glency's sacrifice fly was his 15th RBI of the summer. Hitting .313. Been one of many Hoots who have had a lot of success at the plate this summer. 2-1. Breaking ball gets a big wave and a miss. Downstairs off speed, Glency got down to one knee, maybe trying to replicate the home run that Eli Keyser just had for the CornBelters. Instead, though, it's a 2-2 count. Kruger shakes once before getting a sign. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 3. Kruger tries to spot one, 85 miles an hour, misses away, and it's a full count now. CornBelters defense plays straight up. 2 middle infielders shift a tad closer towards the second base bag. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Breaking ball low and away. Gets a chase out of Glency, and there's 2 down. It's a big strikeout for Nick Kruger, his 15th pitch in the inning. Runners remain at the corners for the 8-hitter, Nick Alagna. Alagna worked himself a nice at-bat in the second inning, and it ended in a hit by pitch. Nothing. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Alagna stands at 5 feet 7 inches, the shortest guy in this Hoots lineup. Playing in left field today, but spends a lot of time in the infield, kind of reminiscent of a Jose Altuve. 1-0. Grounded back up the middle. Thompson fields on 2 bounces, and he's just going to flip to second base in time for out number 3. Thompson, he had Ramos right in front of him, but instead of applying the tag, decided to turn around and flip it to Michaels right behind him. All the same, though, they get out number 3.
It's the right play, because if he does indeed tag out Ramos after Griffin Brown scores from third, that run counts. Thompson, a high IQ play, his 3rd year in the Prospect League. He knows you need the force out, turns and flips it to Michaels for out number 3.
No runs, 1 to hit. The Hoots strand 2 runners on base, so we head to the top of the 4th inning, and it's still a 2-2 ball game. You're listening to Normal CornBelters Baseball on the Normal CornBelters YouTube channel. Light drizzle continues here at CarShield Field as we get ready for the top of the 4th. 2-2 is still the score. Nick Kruger works himself out of a jam. 2 runners stranded on base for the Hoots. Brings the CornBelters back up to the plate where they face Drew Patrick, who's back out there for a 4th inning of work. First man at the right-hander faces is another righty, and Addison Worthman. Patrick in the stretch. Before we get going, Ramos calls time, and as a result, Patrick's going to step off and toss the rosin bag a little bit before stepping back on. Worthman now digs in. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside, ball 1. Patrick got the better of Worthman in the second inning. It was a swinging strikeout that retired the designated hitter. One out. Fastball hit hard but pulled foul. Skips into the CornBelters bullpen down the third base line. Orthman, a red-hot July. He hit .373 with 14 extra base hits, 5 home runs. Nobody could retire Addison Worthman in the month of July. 1-1. Breaking ball gets a big wave and a miss. 67 miles an hour outside half. Makes it a 1-2 count.
It's the same pitch. He got him to go around for strike 3 in his first at-bat. That slider away. Worthman needs to hold back and send that the other way.
1-2. Goes back to the breaking ball. Worthman thought about it, but checks his swing. It's a 2-2 count now. Last time out, Worthman 1 for 4 with a walk-in, 2 strikeouts on Thursday. 2-2. Fastball, cold strike 3. It's a dot on the outside half, make it 5 strikeouts for Drew Patrick, and there's 1 down in the 4th.
Addison Worthman has certainly come down to earth in this last week, but it's because he was playing like a monster the week before. 9 out of 10 games extra base hits. Absolutely ridiculous.
Brings up Carter Blakeney now, who had a weak line out to Sam Pauli over at short in the second inning. Patrick steps off again. Right-hander has looked good besides the Keyser 2-run home run. Has given up 2 hits and thrown 50 pitches. His first offer to Blakeney. Fastball in the zone for strike 1. Wind continues to blow out. That was a factor in Keyser's home run into left center field. 0-1. Goes back to the fastball, and this one's chopped towards third. Zara can't field it on the hop, and it runs into left field. We'll see how they rule it, but regardless, Blakeney is aboard.
Would have been a tough play if Zara was able to field that. Coming forward, Blakeney almost halfway down the line. That's why he made such a great stab at it. Had to come up throwing. Comes up completely empty. Carter Blakeney aboard here in the 4th.
And they're going to rule an error. The wet field and the rain coming down continues to play an impact on these fielders. Blakeney was on the other end of it in the second inning. Let a ball go by him and resulted in an RBI triple. He's aboard. Brings up another righty in Filippo Barada. The pitch. Barada squares to bunt and lays down a nice one down the third base side. Zara fields, goes to first in time. Nice play by the third baseman, redeems himself, and there's 2 down.
Brilliant bunt defense. Zara does his job, and a nice wheel play for Pauli, the shortstop, to go and cover third in his absence. Make sure no extra bases, but Barada laid down a beautiful bunt. Still does his job, moves Blakeney over to second base.
Everybody knows about Barada's speed. We saw it in the second when an errant throw over to first by Patrick saw Barada take 2 bases and put him over at third. Couldn't get home, though, as John Nisbet at the plate struck out looking to end the inning. Righty-righty matchup, Nisbet at the dish. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike 1. Blakeney's over at second base, 2-2 the score in the top of the 4th inning, 2 outs. Nisbet 11 RBIs on the summer. Patrick steps off one more time before retaking the mound. It's the first time all summer that John Nisbet has faced the O'Fallon Hoots. Here's the 0-1. Fastball grounded towards second. Stoyer fields on 2 bounces and fires over to first base for out number 3. CornBelters unable to take advantage of the error. They strand Carter Blakeney over at second. We head to the home half of the 4th inning. O'Fallon has 8-9-1 due up and try to take the lead. You're listening to Normal CornBelters Baseball on the Normal CornBelters YouTube channel. CornBelters get no run support in the top of the fourth. Nick Kruger back out there for a second inning of work. Threw a lot of pitches in the third inning. 18 to be exact, but he's still out there, and he'll work in the windup against the 8-hitter, Nick Alagna. It'll be Sam Pauley, actually, the 9-hitter. Alagna retired to end the inning on a wacky play. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball catches the inside corner for strike one. Instead of taking it to second, Thompson decided that he was just going to flip. You mentioned the smart play to avoid the run from third scoring on the tag. 0-1. Off speed with a lot of movement, skips in the dirt. Nisbet keeps in front of him and gets a new baseball. It's 1-1.
There's going to be plenty of baseballs used tonight. Every time a breaking ball hits the turf, it's going to pick up a little bit too much moisture for the catcher's liking.
Also seen a lot of pop-ups go out of play. Baseball Source has not been friendly today. We're losing a lot. 1-1. Another breaking ball. No chase, though, from Pauley. It's a 2-1 count. Going back to the end of that third inning there. Also heads up from Michaels, the awareness to be on the bag, and then a flip pretty short range. It's tricky sometimes to field. Able to haul it in. 2-1. Fastball low. 3-1's the count now to the 9-hitter, Sam Pauley. Wind continues to blow out in center field, and it couldn't be more favorable to the hitter. It's dead straight out there. Sam Pauley, 48 hits on the summer. Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball gets him on the helmet. Scary sight. Pauley's okay, though. Shakes it off. As Kruger steps a little closer, and we're going to make sure that Sam Pauley's all right. Takes off the elbow guard and trots over to first. Seems to be that way.
It's one of the better inventions in baseball history. We got the chance to watch and play a little 1858 baseball towards the beginning of the summer. No helmets. That one would have hurt a lot more.
It's a long time ago in middle of May. A long season in the Prospect League. 55 games, 4 months it spanned. And for the CornBelters, the road ends here. Lineup flips over for a third time today. Nick Stoyer digs in. First pitch. Fastball hit the other way into right field. That'll get through for a base hit. Pauley puts the brakes on at second. Stoyer is 1 for 1 today with 2 walks.
You have to assume it's the moisture that the ball's heading in a little quicker than these outfielders are used to, but the CornBelters outfielders don't appear to be very comfortable fielding these ground balls.
Despite the turf, you know the bounce better, but the rain playing a factor. There's 2 runners on now. Pauley's at second, Stoyer at first for the on-base percentage leader in the Prospect League in John Connors. Lefty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball catches the zone on the outer half for strike one. Walk from Connors in the second. Extended his on-base streak, now 12 games as he brings it into the playoffs. Kruger standing on the first base side of the rubber, 25 pitches in his appearance. 0-1. Off speed downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wyatt Mammon is a name we haven't heard in a while for the CornBelters, but he's with the team today and is warming up down there in the bullpen. Has stopped throwing, though, now just waiting for his name to be called potentially. 1-1. Fastball misses inside. 2-1 is the count.
Usually Mammon's a guy the bus stops to pick up, and Lincoln, today he started the trip in normal.
Just stretching out, making sure he's ready to go. Kruger in some trouble. 2 runners on, nobody out, 2-2 the score. 2-1 pitch. Downstairs, and it skips away from Nisbet into the backstop, takes the force out away as both runners advance 90 feet. Pauley's now at third, and Stoyer is at second. 3-1's the count. A base is open for John Connors. Almost an identical situation as in the second, with Alagna at third and Stoyer at second. It was a 3-1 count, and they elected to walk Connors, not intentionally, but didn't give him a friendly pitch. Will Kruger do the same here? 3-1. Fastball down the middle, gets a swing out of Connors, but he fouls it straight back. I think that's one you'd like back, Alex.
You can tell he looked over to the dugout, shaking his head a little bit with a smile. He knows that typically he would deposit that one over the fence in right field.
Despite being as disciplined as he is, also a good hitter is John Connors. 60 hits on the summer, 59 walks. Is hit number 61 on the way or walk number 60? Or does Kruger get the better? Full count pitch. Hit hard towards second. Thompson fields. He'll have to take it to first, and they'll get the out there. But Pauly comes across the score. O'Fallon breaks the deadlock. It's 3-2.
Good play for Thompson. You could see he's motioning to the shortstop, Michaels, about the movement of the ball. He kept his glove all the way on the turf until the last moment. If not, it would have slid right under. Textbook fielding from the veteran second baseman.
That's the first out of the inning. CornBelters not done yet. They have to face William Zera, the 3-hole hitter today with the runner on third. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, a lot of movement, but it stays well high for ball 1. Zera, it has not been his day today. 0 for 2 with the strikeout swinging. One out. Hard hit back into center field. That'll fall for a base hit. Blakeney playing deep out there. Will field it on 2 bounces. Stoyer touches home plate. It's 4-2 Hoots just like that.
This O'Fallon lineup, we were amazed last time we were here about the 3-4-5 punch. Stoyer, Connors, and Bonkowski. Tonight, Stoyer and Connors are 1 and 2. Bonkowski not in the lineup. O'Fallon still managing to pick up the slack. Plenty of hitting up and down.
6 hits now on the game for the Hoots. 4 runs to show. Runner on first base for Griffin Brown. The right-hander watches a breaking ball high for ball 1. Brown singled in the 3rd inning, got started. But Michaels couldn't come up with the sliding grab. Kruger glances over to first where Zera resides. 1 out. Fastball hit hard into the left side. That'll get through for a base hit. It's the 3rd hit of the inning for O'Fallon. Zera stays at second base, and there's 2 runners on now.
Nick Kruger gave John Nisbet a look after that ball was grounded of frustration, and that'll be his night.
Kruger disposes of the baseball as Du Bois makes his way out to the mound. The infield will come in, and coming into the game is a new arm for the CornBelters. We'll step aside as they get loose, but 2 runners on, and the Hoots already strike in the inning. We'll be back. With no pitching coach today for the CornBelters, Billy Du Bois is out there taking a mound visit. Kruger's day is not done just yet. It's a long discussion between all the infielders and Du Bois for the CornBelters. They find themselves in a tricky situation. Mound visit finally comes to an end, but 2 runs have already scored in the home half of the 4th, and there's 2 runners aboard. When Du Bois comes out the bullpen for the CornBelters, I can't think of another time where he hasn't pulled the pitcher.
You got to figure he didn't like Cannon Klein's mound visit to Nick Curry earlier in the game in place of Ryan Willard. Thought, maybe I'll do this one myself.
Carson Scher digs in. 1 for 2 today. Came around to score on a single in the 2nd. Thompson, the second baseman, holds on Zera behind Kruger. Pitch home. Breaking ball gets a big cut and a miss. Brought Scher down to 1 knee for strike 1. That single in the 2nd was Scher's first hit against the CornBelters this season in 3 games. 0-1. Fastball low. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. The wind was playing a pretty prominent factor all game, and it's picking back up now, but for a second there, it died down. Now in full force. Kruger standing on the first base side of the rubber. comes home, 1-1. Off speed, low and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Seen that breaking ball a lot today from Kruger, trying to get these Hoots hitters to bite.
Control, typically Nick Kruger's forte. He hasn't had it tonight.
The right-hander nods at his sign, 2-1. Goes back to the breaking ball, this time a dot on the outer half to make it 2-2. Wyatt Mammon has stopped warming up down there in the bullpen. He's still just talking to the bullpen catcher. We thought his number was going to be called upon just moments ago, but Kruger's still out there. 2 runners aboard, 1 out, 4-2 the Hoots lead. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball skied foul into the right side. We'll do it again. The CornBelters only 2 hits to show for their 2 runs. On the other side, O'Fallon has been seeing the ball well top to bottom, 7 hits and 4 runs. Kruger nods. Here comes the 40th pitch of his appearance. Breaking ball, cold strike 3. 75 miles an hour, catches the top of the zone. Scheer doesn't like it. Has a quick discussion with Cody Hawkins behind the plate, but they get the out via the strikeout. And now Billy Du Bois comes back out there for a second time, 100% signaling that Kruger's day is done. Now we'll step aside, as a new arm will come into the game for the CornBelters, trying to get them out of the situation. The Hoots already plated 2 runs in the inning, 2 runners aboard and 2 outs. Wyatt Mammon takes the hill, the right-hand arm for the CornBelters, making only his 4th appearance of the summer. Boasts an ERA that CornBelters fans might not be too excited to hear, 58.5. Comes into this game in the 4th, needs only 1 out. Kruger got 2 via a ground out from John Connors and then a strikeout just a batter ago from Carson Scheer. Carson Ramos now steps into the plate. Responsible for the game's first run, a triple into center field. Amon working from the stretch. Looks over to second where William Zera has a big lead. 0-0. Fastball low, ball 1. 83 miles an hour, misses in the dirt. Nisbet has to slide to his left to keep it in front of him. One out. Goes back to the fastball. Nisbet does a nice job keeping it in front of him. It skipped before the plate, and the catcher caught it on a backhand. shot up to look at second base where Zera extended his leadoff and watched him back. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Carson Ramos. Righty-righty matchup. Zera continues to extend that leadoff. Thompson's holding him on. 2-0 home. Low, Nisbet is shaken up as it caught a piece of him. Ramos, another catcher himself, just pats Nisbet on the back and tosses that ball away. I think it might have gotten underneath the helmet, and Nisbet shaken up. It's going to bring Trainer out from the Hoots side and Cannon Klein, the bench coach, to make sure that his catcher's all right. CornBelters, a team not short of catchers. Nisbet's behind the plate today, and even with the absence of Nolan McCrossan, there's 2 on the corners. Jake Greer catches a lot for Normal, and so does Max Heineman. Billy Du Bois now makes his way out to talk to Nisbet, who has taken off the face mask.
I'm not sure Billy Du Bois trusts John Nisbet to diagnose his own injuries anymore. In Clinton, Nisbet played through a thumb that was about the size of an entire hand. Played 8 innings with the injury.
And there's going to be a catching change. Nisbet goes down. And a new man will come into the game for the CornBelters. It looks to be Braden Barber, who's putting on the shin guards in the dugout. Nisbet spits and is now in a squat, being escorted back to the dugout by Du Bois. Hope he's all right. Braden Barber now steps into this game to relieve John Nisbet behind the plate.
And if you're Wyatt Mammon, this is not what you want at all. You're in a precarious situation. You're already behind 3-0. And now a new catcher who's making his start.
Braden Barber, a KCL player with the Prairie Flamingos. A right-hander who we mentioned that they have so many catchers on this team. Didn't even mention Barber, who was a call-up when the KCL season ended just last week. He's going to get some time to get his gear on. Now makes his way out of the dugout. Barber, wearing number 10, puts on a batting glove beneath his catching mitt. Barber appeared in 12 games for the Prairie Flamingos. Hit .417, was a vital part, and as a result, has earned the right to play for the CornBelters down the stretch. One of many KCL guys to come to this team. One of them who we haven't seen in this game, but is down there catching in the bullpen, Drew Stevens. High school teammate of Gavin Michaels and Max Heineman at Normal Community. Barber's going to get a couple just to feel out the game. Mammon gets a chance to warm himself back up as well, and Barber's going to go out there and make sure that the two are on the same signs. It's an unfortunate way for John Nisbet's season to end with an injury. Hope he's all right. He's receiving some attention in the CornBelters dugout. So Barber takes over at the plate for Nisbet, who was pretty good at stopping a lot of balls and threw out a runner. Threw out Sam Pauley, who scored in this inning. 3-0's the count. Here's the pitch. After a long wait, Mammon fires in a fastball low and loads the bases. It's a second walk for Carson Ramos. And now the Hoots are in a serious position to tack on some more runs.
Wyatt Mammon making just his 5th appearance of the summer and his first one in a while. The last one came back on June 27th.
That was against O'Fallon. Struggled in that doubleheader at home. Bases are loaded for Jaden Glency, the right-hander. Here's the pitch. Fastball at the knees, strike one. Ramos just walked. He's over there at first base. Brown at second. And over at third, it's William Zera. A big situation for the CornBelters, who try and stay in this contest. 4-2, they trail in the home half of the fourth. 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball away. Barber has to get out of his stance and move to his right to keep it in front of him. Glency 0 for 1 today. Kruger retired him on strikes. And he flew out to center field, but a run came across the score, and Carson Ramos, who's over at first. 1-1. Fastball downstairs, 82 miles an hour. Is a couple ticks low. Glency picked up 2 RBIs on a single yesterday in that 5-1 win against Alton for the Hoots. Nobody is being held on for any of the runners. 2-1. Fastball hit hard, but slapped foul down the first base side. It skips into the field of play. So Keyser's going to go out there to retrieve it. There's a big section of fans out there in left field with their shirts off. It's a movement we've seen throughout baseball a lot recently, tarps off. And they got a pretty good showing out there in the bleachers. 2-2 outs, base is loaded. Wyatt Mammon trying to work out of a situation that he was brought into. Deep breath as he comes set. Here's the 2-2. Fastball inside, 84 miles an hour, and the count runs full.
Even in just the 4th inning, this feels like a pitch with a huge importance on this game. Mammon can get out of this with no more damage, 2 runs. Belters are going to feel good about their chances.
Kruger and Curry combined for 6 free passes via walks. Is there a 7th? Base is loaded. The runners are going to go with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball. It gets Glency on the hand. A ball's a ball the same, though. It's an RBI hit by a pitch for Jaden Glency. And the Hoots tack on another. It's 5-2.
Hurts a little bit less when it equates to a run.
William Zera is the one who touches home plate, and Mammon goes 2 batters and gets the hook. A new arm comes in for the CornBelters. The right-hander only threw 10 pitches, gets a hug from the skipper, but his day is done. CornBelters have Isaac Graff, who's getting ready to take the mound. We'll step aside as he gets ready to go. The CornBelters call on the ace. It's a dangerous situation. The damage has been done already. 5-2, they trail. 3 runs in the home half of the 4th inning. Isaac Graff has the bases loaded and just needs 1 out. He'll face Nick Alagna, the only hitter yet to hit for the Hoots this inning. First offer. Breaking ball hangs in the zone for strike 1. Kruger still has a runner on base that he's responsible. Griffin Brown over at third. Singled off of Kruger, and the 2 runners on first and second, both responsible from Wyatt Mammon, who did not get an out. He walked Ramos and then hit Glency. 0-1. Fastball low. Barber keeps it in front of him, and it tails away, but no advance from Brown.
Graff and Barber will have never worked together, apart from perhaps a few bullpen sessions late in the year, but Graff, not used to coming out of the bullpen. He would do his pregame warm-up starting. All 5 of his appearances have been starting for the Belters. It's a relationship that might take some getting used to.
Graf has been absolutely lights out for the CornBelters, a 1.23 ERA. 1-1. Fastball gets a swing and a miss. It pops out of Barber's glove. It's a 1-2 count. 89 miles an hour from Isaac Graf. He got the start here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Went 5 innings and no runs given up, but the CornBelters couldn't give him the win. Nick Bonkowski hit a big home run in the 6th inning of a 7-inning game. 1-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. Welcome to the game. Isaac Graf retires Alagna on 4 pitches, 90 miles an hour, that fastball. And the ace does the job. The CornBelters still give up 3 runs in the inning, though. They now are due up in the 5th and try and claw back in this game. The final game of the regular season here at Carr Shield Field. Drew Patrick goes 4 innings, gives up 2 runs, and his day is done, replaced by another right-hander in Carter Hollingworthy. It's a 5-2 lead for the Hoots thanks to a big home half of the 4th. 3 runs came across, and they could have had more, left the bases loaded. Righty-righty matchup as they'll face Gavin Michaels first, the 8-hitter today. Hollingsworthy, a funky delivery, sidearm almost. Steps on the rubber and gets ready to go. Brings his hands high, now comes set. Here's the pitch. Away, ball 1. 76 miles an hour is the off-speed pitch. Michaels walked his only trip to the plate so far in the 3rd inning. Got all the way to 3rd on 2 wild pitches, but couldn't come across the score. Next one's grounded towards short. Pauly fields on 2 bounces, makes the throw across the diamond in time for out number 1. Unorthodox, Pauly played on the bounce.
Knew he had to get it over to first in a hurry with Gavin Michaels speedy down the line. A very quick transfer, able to retire the 8-hitter.
Pauly's had his trouble in the field this year for a foul, and 11 errors. That's the most out of anyone on the squad, but able to retire Michaels there. 9-hitter Jacob Greer digs into the box now from the right-hand side. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Greer now has his batting gloves back on whole fiasco in the third inning where he threw his bat twice, both going a long way. 1-0. Breaking ball, a lot of movement, but stays inside. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to the third baseman. He ended that at-bat with the strikeout looking. Greer struggled at the plate in the summer. Hasn't gotten a hit since July 3rd. Watches a fastball go by at the knees, strike 1.
And we're closer to the first day of school now than we are fireworks. It's been a while since Greer has felt the feeling of touching first base.
2-1. Watches a fastball in the outer half, strike 2. Back-to-back strikes, and Greer has found himself level in this count, 2-2. Rain still coming down lightly here at CornBelters Field. Nothing too severe, though. 2-2. Breaking ball outside. Greer checked his swing. He thought about it, but held back, and the count runs full. Defense for the Hoots plays straight up. Pauly over at shortstop, taking a couple steps to his right, deeper in the hole. Full count pitch. Fastball grounded towards third, but it skips foul. Zara fields in foul territory, and we'll do it again. Greer on the summer coming into this game hitting 158 in 21 games. 9 hits. He's searching for that 10th hit. The Hoots today are out-hitting the CornBelters by a significant margin. 7 hits for O'Fallon to Normal's 2. Full count. Hit hard, but foul down the first baseline into the seats. Greer working himself a nice at-bat. We'll do it again. The Tarps off crowd that was just out there in left field has fully disappeared. Not sure where they went, but the big crowd is all gone. 3-2 once more. Outside, ball 4. Greer works himself a long at-bat walk, makes his way over to first base, and he's aboard with 1 out.
And when you're not seeing it to the barrel, that's exactly what you need to do. Work the count, foul off a few pitches, and work yourself a walk.
Puts himself on first base for Eli Keyser. The difference maker for Normal in this game, a 2-run home run in the left center field off of Drew Patrick. Greer over at first. Moderate lead off, the pitch home. Saws off Keyser, but he'll get it into right field for a base hit. Greer will pump the brakes at second. A good throw in by Glency will hold Greer there. 2 runners on for the CornBelters.
Fastball ran in on Keyser. A tough pitch from the sidearm throwing right-hander, but it finds a hole. Eli Keyser struggled in the past 3 games, hasn't been able to pick up a hit. Tonight seems to be falling his way.
Someone who's had no trouble getting hits is Tyler Thompson, 67 on the summer. He's going to fall short of the CornBelters' single-season record set in 2024 by Landon Johnson, that number 71. Thompson, still a history maker, though, in his own right. The CornBelters' all-time hit leader. First offer. Watches one go by inside, ball 1. On the day, Thompson struck out swinging in the first and then grounded out to short in the third. One out. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. And this is the final game of Tyler Thompson's career. Has spent 3 years with the CornBelters, played his baseball at Illinois Springfield, but is now set to coach at Kankakee in the fall. So potentially the final couple at-bats here for Tyler Thompson. 2-0. Breaking ball outside. Ramos has to stab it. And it's 3 balls, no strikes now to the right-hander Tyler Thompson.
By all reputable records, Tyler Thompson appears to be the 2nd all-time hit getter in the Prospect League's history, trailing just Dan Ward, who had 172.
3-0 fastball misses inside. A 4-pitch walk to Tyler Thompson. And all of a sudden, the CornBelters have the bases loaded. 2 walks in the inning. It's a mound visit now as Aaron Turner, the pitching coach, will come out to talk to Carter Hollingsworthy. It's been rough. Bases loaded. And now he has to face Max Heineman, the 3-hole hitter.
Just one guy has made him earn it. 2 free passes after the ground out to Gavin Michaels. This is not a part of the order that you can afford to put runners on base for.
Heineman singled into left field in the third following Keys' home run, but he ended the inning. Got greedy trying to go to second. Nick Alagna out there able to better him. And despite what Heineman thought was a Javi Baez-esque slide, was unable to be there in time. Greer's over at third. Keyser at second, Thompson at first. Heineman had a 6 RBI day here last time the CornBelters came to Car Shield Field. Big part was a 3-run blast to give the CornBelters a 10-6 cushion in the final inning. Here's the pitch. Grounded towards third. This could be 2. Zera goes home. They get the out there. On to first in time. 5-2-3 double play for the Hoots. They're fired up, and they get out of the inning. CornBelters strand 3 runners on base, and O'Fallon keeps a 5-2 lead. We head to the home half of the 5th inning. You're listening to Normal CornBelters Baseball on the Normal CornBelters YouTube channel.
Welcome into the home half of the 5th inning. Normal CornBelters leave the bases loaded in the top of the 5th. Isaac Graff back on the mound after shutting the door in the 4th, the 3rd pitcher to throw in a long 4th inning. It's no surprise to see Isaac Graff in a 5th inning of baseball. He's made 2 starts that went 5 innings or more, but to see him come out of the pen is a surprise.
And he'll do so with the new catcher for the CornBelters, Drew Stevens, a KCL talent. High school teammates with Gavin Michaels over at short and Max Heineman at first.
All 9 Hoots headed to the plate in the 4th frame. So we'll start the 5th how we started the 4th. Sam Pauly, the 9-hitter, digs into the right-hand side. Pauly was hit by pitch and would come around to score. One of 3 O'Fallon players to score in the marathon 4th frame. Pauly digs in. Now time is called by home plate umpire Cody Hawkins. Before we can get started, Filippo Barada slow to return to his position out in left field. Hawkins returns behind Stevens. Points to Graff to finally get things underway in the bottom of the 5th. Graff, the right-hander, turns into his wind. Fastball, swing and a miss right at the letters. Pauly got the day off against Alton yesterday. Was 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs the day before in a doubleheader versus Thrillville. Steps out, now retakes the box. Graff, the 0-1. Breaking ball chopped softly. It'll dribble just foul. Stevens waited to touch it, seeing if it would dance back fair. He'll confirm it. A foul ball, 0-2.
And Pauly right away just turned his back to the play. Stevens heads up. Thought that ball had a chance, and by the time Pauly realized, he got lucky, it was foul, but CornBelters almost given a free out there.
Shortstop has slowed down in July, almost 140 points lower than the 365 average he posted in June. 0-2. Line drive on the right side into right field for a base hit. Keyser hits his cutoff man Thompson, and the 5th inning starts with a leadoff single from Sam Pauly.
Don't be fooled by Pauly hitting in the 9-hole today. This is one of the prominent hitters in this O'Fallon lineup. It's why they're going to the playoffs. They have guys like Pauly who can spray it across the field, takes a fastball the other way, right where it came from.
Lineup turns over for the 4th time. Nick Sawyer digs in on the right-hand side. Runner on first, no one away. Hoots lead the Belters 5-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Graff switches to the stretch, working from the first base side of the rubber. First offer. Fastball misses head high. Graff, a harder throwing pitcher than any of the 3 he succeeds, Curry, Kruger, and Mammon, all not quite touching 87 where Graff sits. One-0 pitch. Breaking ball flutters into the zone for strike 1. Drew Stevens calls time and walks out to the mound to talk to Graff. Stevens and Graff will have had very little time working together, if at all, except potentially in bullpens in practice.
I mean, Graff, a second-half guy. Stevens hasn't been with the team at all until this week. So it would be pretty tricky for these guys to be on the same page. I think that's what they're trying to establish really quickly.
They confirm the signs with each other. Stoyer swinging an all-black cedar bat. Yellow and black batting gloves matching the Hoots colors. Heineman holds on Pauly at first. Graff peeks in the direction. Here's the 1-1. Fastball is flied straight back over the concourse. Count will go to 1-2.
And the CornBelters, they need Graff to go a long way here. A starter who's thrown a lot of innings, but they've seen a lot of pitchers already. You don't want to get into that position where maybe Ryan Willard could even come in to throw.
Pitching coach for the CornBelters fully suited up tonight. Graff, a glance towards first, comes set at the belt. Long pause. The right-hander kicks and fires. Misses upstairs with a fastball. Stoyer continued a 9-game hit streak, making it 10 with a single in the 4th inning. His first 2 appearances, each walks. Was only able to come around to score 1 time an inning ago. 2-2. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. Couple of changes on the defensive side for the Belters. Braden Barber stays in the game to play first base. Max Heineman moves to third base, replacing Jacob Greer.
Interesting. All these catchers so good at being versatile. They can play the corners. A huge plus for the CornBelters.
Graff stares in from his signs to Stevens. Look to first base. Barber holding on Pauly. 2-2. Breaking ball misses above the zone. Belters playing straight up. Wind blowing out to center field. 5-2 the Hoots lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on first, still no one away. Graff peeks towards first base. Here's the payoff. Breaking ball flied foul. Stoyer will see another one.
It's an inning that's worked pretty slowly through only 2 batters. Could be a mix of Graff taking his time on the hill on his cadence, and also maybe some trouble with Stevens as they try and work out their signs.
The last pitcher to hold Nick Stoyer hitless, Isaac Graff himself in Game 2 of the doubleheader right here at CarShield Field. Another 3-2. Fastball spoiled off. Sawyer well behind the heater, 87 miles an hour on the outside half. Flicks it foul to stay alive.
Exhibit A of a protect pitch there. No intention of putting that one in play. Fastball close, and Stoyer just pokes his bat out there.
O'Fallon will play tomorrow night in Cape in a playoff game. Normal sees their 2026 summer end tonight. Long pause. Now the 3-2. Misses right at Nick Stoyer's head. A long walk. It's first and second for O'Fallon here in the 5th.
What a day, quietly, Nick Story is having. He's only 1 for 1, which may not jump off the scorecard, but he's reached base all 4 times, 3 of them being walks. He's done a nice job and exactly what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do.
First and second, still no one away. The lone lefty in the lineup tonight, John Connors, digs in. Time is called. Drew Stevens started to go to the mound. He stops just a few steps past home plate and will now retreat. Barber playing deep in the hole over at first base. Thompson shifted slightly closer towards the second base bat. Michaels keeping Paulie honest at second base. First pitch to Connors. Fastball clips the outside edge for strike 1. Connors meets a huge obstacle with Carshield Park being his home base. 4 home runs despite the massive 40-foot wall that sticks up in right field. Graff taking quite a long time in between pitches. Unclear if that's a sign issue with Stevens or what the disconnect. 0-1. Breaking ball drops into the zone for strike 2.
Sometimes you see pitchers, they go slow, so it's tougher for base runners to time up, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's what you mentioned, Alex. 2 people that really haven't worked together this summer.
In his 5 starts, Graff typically possessed a very quick work rate in between pitches. Not so tonight, taking 15 to 20 seconds in between each pitch. Connors twirls his bat around and around. Now time is called. Be an offensive timeout. Correction to the scoreboard, 1-2 the count.
I think that was a pitch clock violation for Graff taking too long, and they awarded him a ball.
Here's the 1-2. Misses outside with the heater. He would deserve it if that is indeed the case. He's taking quite some time in between pitches. Connors stands in there, now steps out, retakes the left side. Thompson a few claps toward second base. Now Michaels gives his best effort to keep Paulie close to the bat. 2-2. Fastball runs inside, nearly clips Connors. Count is full. Connors continued a 12-game on-base streak tonight with a walk in the second inning. The on-base percentage leader in the Prospect League. Dates back, the last team to hold him off the base pass were the CornBelters and Isaac Graff in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Peek towards second. Here's the payoff. Fly foul down the left side. Connors working a long count.
So Fallon staff has done a great job today doing just that, working long counts. Wow, ball came all the way back into the field of play, but just in protect mode, they've done a good job of fouling pitches off and working quality at bats.
This is just the 4th hitter Isaac Graff has faced tonight, already 21 pitches. Set at the belt. Here's the 3-2. Fly foul again down the left side. John Connors stays alive. 58 walks, a 59th added tonight for Connors. That leads the Prospect League. No stranger to working deep in counts. Sports a black helmet with plenty of white stickers reminiscent of Ohio State football with the Buckeyes, rewarding good performances. Another full count offer. Breaking ball misses outside. Another long count walk. And the bases are juiced for O'Fallon.
It's going to bring Stevens back out there to talk. This time, I don't think it's about the signs. Maybe more strategy, as they've really struggled here this inning. All 3 of these at-bats have been well worked by the Hoots. They deserve to have the situation, and you got to wonder how much longer Graff goes in this game if things get ugly.
And just the 5th inning here. Hoots lead 5-2, bases loaded, still no one out. A depleted bullpen tonight for the Belters. A few more arms still eligible to go. Josh Jones among them. Likely the next arm we see the flame-throwing righty. Graff, they'll trust him to get out of this. The ace making his first appearance out of the bullpen. Barber in front of the base path. Same with Heineman over at third. First pitch to Will Zera. Check swing, foul ball. Sawed him off. Zara singled and came around to score in the 4th inning. A strikeout and a ground out in his first 2 trips. Deep fly ball will do the trick here with the bases loaded. Will Zara 13 RBIs on the summer. 3 runners on base here in the bottom of the 5th frame. Graf rocks and delivers. Fastball called strike at the knees. Graf, through his 5 starts, has thrown 22 innings, an ERA of 1.23. Has been a welcome revelation for the Belters in the second half. Peak at third, 0-2 home. Breaking ball misses high and tight. Chin music for Will Zara. He's had 2 strikes on each of the last 2 hitters. Let him get away with walks.
He's working that fastball good, putting it in good locations, but that breaking ball, kind of like we just saw, has really lacked.
Third base, Pauly leads off. He's motioning to the dugout, curving on the breaking ball. 1-2. Flied into right field. It'll tail foul. Had the distance, but not the direction. Will Zara, not quite as good a year in 2026 as he did in 2025 for the Hoots. Tuned in a .353 average through 21 games last summer. This summer, through the same number of games, .278. Bases loaded, no one away. Time is called by our home plate umpire. It's been an inning filled with stop and start, stop and start. Isaac Graf retakes the rubber. Gavin Michaels at shortstop leans over his feet. Now resets. 1-2. Breaking ball flied into shallow left center field. The shortstop Michaels going back. He'll make the catch. Here comes Pauly. Throw to the plate is cut off by Heineman. No relay. Another run comes in to score. It's 6-2 Hoots.
It's a tricky play. Michaels has the awareness. He goes out there and gets it because both the outfielders, Blakey in center, Barada in left, are playing very deep. But Michaels, working away from the play, has no chance there. He turns and tosses, but not enough power on it. And good base running by Pauly.
No tag. Runners on first and second with 1 away. The 4-hitter, Griffin Brown, digs into the right-hand side. Graf resets on the first base side of the slab. Set at the belt. Another long pause. Here's the first pitch to Brown. Flied foul down the first base line. Graf touching 88 miles an hour, throwing hard. Hasn't really been hit around aside from the leadoff single from Sam Pauly. It's a pair of walks that loaded the bases and a sacrifice fly from Will Zara that drove in the run. Graf brings his hands together. 0-1. Fastball misses inside.
It's kind of interesting to see that Graf taking so long. It's not flustering these Hoots hitters at all. They're still putting together quality at-bats. It's not working in Graf's favor.
Tyler Thompson creeps in. Few claps towards Stoyer. 1-1. Called strike, a breaking ball in the inside half. CornBelters playing straight up. Tyler Thompson moving back and forth towards the second base bag. Back into the hole on the right side. Barber doesn't hold on Connors at first. Peak towards second. 1-2. Misses downstairs. The pitch clock violation we saw earlier in the inning, would that have been 25 seconds, 20 seconds?
I'd love to know how they count it because I don't see a clock in either of their hands. Is it the feel thing? I'm not too sure.
Must be an internal feeling on it. Home plate umpire Cody Hawkins pointed to where a watch would be on his right arm. 2-2. Broken bat, ground ball. Heineman slides, throws it to second for 1. No turn. Coming home is Connors. Throw to the plate. Stevens the tag. Holds it. Got him. A double play. Nick Stoyer trying to come around to score from second base. Chaotic play. Ends up with 2. Belters left the bases loaded in the top half of the 5th. O'Fallon strands a pair in the bottom half of the frame. Hoots tack on one more. They lead 6-2 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to the normal CornBelters on the CornBelters YouTube. Welcome into the top of the 6th inning. Belters trail the Hoots 6-2 after O'Fallon tacks on another run in the bottom of the 5th. Belters left the bases loaded in the top half of the 5th frame against Carter Hollingsworth. He's back for a second inning of work. He'll meet 4, 5, 6 of the CornBelters order: Addison Worthman, Carter Blakeney, and Filippo Barada. Worthman, a pair of strikeouts, one forward, one backwards, has come down to earth in the last week, after extra base hits in 9 out of his 10 previous games. The last 3 haven't been up to par. Just one hit in those 3 contests. That one hit, though, a 444-foot blast. Worthman will dig into the right-hand side. Black ankle guard on his front left foot. All black cedar bat. Hollingsworth comes set. The right-handed sidearm first pitch. Misses in on the hands. Worthman, white batting gloves with a light blue hue. 1-0. Takes a fastball up in the zone for strike 1. Worthman, the 5th best slugging percentage in the Prospect League in July. It sits just a few ticks below 800 on the season, 679. 1-1. Big wave and a miss, a breaking ball below the zone.
With a slugging percentage like that, those are the swings you're going to get. Sometimes it results in days like today with strikeouts, but when Worthman connects, it's loud contact.
Hollingsworth set at the chest, 1-2. Fastball runs inside. It's tough to trick Addison Worthman on an inside fastball. Keeps his hands close to his chest throughout his entire swing. Quiet movement. Able to unload on a high and tight fastball. 2-2. Misses downstairs. First batter of the top of the 6th inning. Belters chasing 4 runs in the final day of the regular season. A win increases the best season the Belters have had in Prospect League era. Here's the payoff. Takes a breaking ball on the outside half for ball 4.
It's a good take by Worthman. And that's why he was so successful in the month of July. You see pitches like that, and they're sliders away. Before 2 strikes, Worthman's chasing a lot of those, but on 2 strike counts, he was disciplined. Waiting for that fastball inside to come, and that's where he's the best. Does a nice job there taking a pitch he doesn't like.
It's a leadoff base runner to start the 6th inning. No one away. Worthman leads off first. Carter Blakeney in on the right side. Hollingsworth comes home. Fastball in on the inside half, strike 1. Worthman a threat to run over at first base. 11 stolen bags on the summer, but has dealt with some right knee soreness in the most recent weeks. We'll see if they test the Hoots defense. 0-1. Breaking ball misses below the zone. Rain seems to have stopped. A light mist here at CornBelters Park. Wind blowing out to dead center. Worthman, a conservative lead, adds another step. 1-1. Big wave and a miss, a breaking ball that dropped off the face of the earth. Carter Blakeney lined out to short in his first appearance in the second inning and reached on an error by the third baseman Zera back in the fourth. 1-2. Line drive into left field, it'll get down. Alagna fires it in, keeping Worthman at second base. It's runners on first and second for the Belters.
Good piece of hitting there by Carter Blakeney. Doesn't hit it the hardest, and it's taken down a little by the mist that's coming over the field. So it finds a hole in left with Alagna playing deep, almost near the outfield turf, or outfield track.
First and second, still no one away. It's Filippo Barada in on the right side. Bunted his last time up in the fourth inning. It was a great play by William Zera to get him at first base. First baseman Tyler Macon creeps in. First pitch to Barada. High fly ball into left field. Alagna takes a few steps in, camps under it, and makes the catch for out number 1.
Barada golfed at that one. Slowest pitch we've seen from Carter Hollingsworth, 62 miles an hour. And maybe that enticed Barada. Took a big swing, but an easy play for Alagna.
Braden Barber will make his first at-bat of the game. Replaced John Nisbet with injury behind the plate, then went to first base with the introduction of Drew Stevens. Barber has 2 at-bats in this Prospect League season, yet to record a hit. Runners on first and second with 1 away. Hollingsworth brings his hands together at his chest. First pitch, Worthman takes off for third, a called strike, the throw down, the tag, safe. Tag applied by William Zera on the helmet of Worthman. It's a 12th stolen bag of the summer.
On the plate, Steve Blakeney moves to second. A great jump by Worthman. Talked about that knee he's been dealing with, but takes advantage of maybe a lack of care and steals third.
Braden Barber was excellent in the in-house Colonels Collegiate League, a .417 average. 0-1 pitch, misses outside. Hollingsworth left the bases loaded, got out of it on an impressive 5-2-3 double play. Belters threatening again here in the 6th inning. 1 away, Hoots still lead by 4, 6-2. 1-1. Flied fouled on the right side. It's certainly an adjustment moving to the Prospect League. Although if anyone knows how to do it, it's the man at third base, Addison Worthman.
Another KCL guy in his own right. That's the beauty of it. CornBelters have a lot of guys who they can call up at any given time. Showcased here with a couple guys in the lineup.
1-2. Ground ball kicks off the mound. Stoyer fields it at second base. Sidearm throw. 1 hops. Tyler Macon picks it. But a run comes in to score for the Belters. They cut this lead 6-3.
Hollingsworth is upset with himself that he gives up a run there, but routine to Stoyer at second. It kicked off the pitcher's mound and had some funky spin on it. Barber didn't get the full contact he was hoping for. He's retired, but brings home a run, does the job.
Barber, the first RBI of his young Prospect League career. He'll bring up the shortstop, Gavin Michaels. A walk and a ground out in 2 trips to the plate. Michaels digs into the right-hand side. 2 away, runner on third. Hollingsworth comes home. Breaking ball flutters into the zone for strike 1. 6-3, the Hoots lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Hoots already clinched a playoff spot. Will play tomorrow in Cape. Belters done. 0-1 pitch. Called strike in at the knees. Hollingsworth making his 4th appearance of the summer. Has gone just 2 1/3 entering tonight. Will nearly double that total if he can get out of the 6th inning. 0-2. Misses downstairs with a fastball. Gavin Michaels has struggled away from the corn crib, hitting under 160 when he gets on the bus. At home, that average jumps up to over 440. Holding a 4-game hit streak, all 4 of which are coming at the corn crib. Points his bats towards the pitcher, now brings it to rest on his back shoulder. 1-2. Called strike 3. Belters strand yet another runner, but they get one back in the top of the 6th. 6-3, the Hoots lead. We head to the home half of the 6th inning. You're listening to the normal CornBelters on the CornBelters YouTube. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Hoots lead the Belters 6-3. Isaac Graff back on the mound for a second full inning of work. Closed the door in the 4th frame. That saw 3 Belters pitchers take the hill. Allowed 1 run in the 5th. He'll meet 5, 6, and 7 of the Hoots order here in the 6th inning. Carson Shear, the designated hitter, digs into the right-hand side. Wind blowing to straightaway center, American flag waving to the trees behind the batter's eye. Shear an all-black cedar bat, bright white batting gloves contrasting it. Graff turns into his wind. Fastball runs high and tight. The right-hander making his first appearance out of the bullpen this summer, made 5 starts in the second half for the CornBelters. 1-0 pitch. Wave and a miss, a fastball right at the letters. Shear 1 for 3 tonight, a single and came around to score in the 2nd inning. A ground out and a strikeout to follow. 1-1 toss. Fastball in at the knees, strike 2. Belters defense playing straight up. The middle infield, Michaels and Thompson, just a step onto the outfield turf. A nod towards Stevens. Here's the 1-2. Misses head high with the fastball. An errant baseball comes from the bullpen all the way behind the plate. Few arms warming up for the Belters. Yat Kaushik among them. Ryan Willard, the Belters pitching coach, thrust into action tonight. Another. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Hoots. 3 runs on 4 for the Belters. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball chopped softly back to the mound. Stevens, the catcher, barehands it over to first in time. Tremendous play from Drew Stevens behind the dish.
You said it best, tremendous. Drew Stevens fielding right at the line. He's running stride for stride with Shear and reaches down at the shoelaces to pick up that ball and flip over to first. The athleticism on full display for the catcher there.
1 away, no one on base. Carson Ramos, the catcher, digs into the right-hand side. Graff rocks and delivers. Breaking ball flutters into the zone for strike 1. hasn't had his most consistent outing tonight. 0-1 pitch. Called strike in at the letters. Ramos raised his hands as if to get out of the way. Cody Hawkins, the home plate umpire, disagrees.
Notice Graff is working a lot quicker, it feels like, through these two batters. And it's worked well for him.
0-2. Fastball misses below the zone. Ramos had a triple in the second inning. Before that, his last hit was nearly 2 weeks ago in Decatur when he went 2 for 5. Graff long stare in for the signs at Stevens. 2 shakes. Now comes home. Bounces a fastball off the plate.
Ramos has been great today. 2 walks to add to his total. He's been seeing the ball so well that maybe hits even aren't that important. 10 walks in his last 4 games. He's getting on base.
Graff hurls the 2-2. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Close pitch. Cody Hawkins shakes his head as the umpire tonight confirming no dice. Count is full, 1 away, bases empty. Ramos retakes the right side. Here's the payoff. Breaking ball runs inside, ball 4. The 3rd full count walk Isaac Graff has issued tonight.
It's got to hurt, and that pitch count is running up. Big 5th inning. A lot of pitches thrown by Graff with those 2 walks. You got to wonder when the CornBelters go back to the pen.
Now a runner on first with 1 away for Jaden Glency. One of a few Hoots not to join the hit party tonight. Fly out, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch in 3 trips to the plate. Graff switches to the stretch. A peek over at first base at Ramos. Comes home. Big cut and a miss. Fastball right at the knees. Glency looking to continue a 3-game hit streak. Was 0 for 2 in the second game against the CornBelters facing Graff. Graff confirms the signal. Glance towards first. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball runs away from him on the outside half. There have been better nights for baseball this summer. Temperature continues to cool as a light mist drifts across the field. Ramos jumping around at first. Graff pays him no mind. 1-1 toss. Line drive into deep right field. Keyser going back. He'll look up. It'll 1-hop over the wall. An automatic double for Jaden Glency. And the Hoots have runners at second and third with 1 away.
Norman's lucky that beyond the green monster out there in right field, it's a short fence, because if that one kicked off the wall, most likely Ramos is scoring. He got a good jump there. So he'll have to stop at third. Now Graff gets a lifeline to try and shut the door.
See how long the Belters stick with Graff. 3 of his starts went 4 innings. The other 2 went 5. This is his first time working in relief. Belters infield comes in. 1 away, runners on second and third. Hoots hold a 6-3 advantage here in the top of the 6th inning. Graff set at the belt. His first pitch to Nicolagna. Fastball misses downstairs. Lagna, the first batter Graff faced, was able to punch him out swinging. Before that, a hit by pitch and a ground out in 2 trips. Here's the 1-0. Fly deep into right field. It'll tail foul. Had the distance, but not the direction. A new look Belters infield from how we started the game. Heineman moved to third. Started at first base. Braden Barber, the new first baseman. Drew Stevens behind the plate. 1-1. Breaking ball misses head high. Clips off Stevens' glove. No reaction from Ramos at third base. Would have had a chance to come in if he read it correctly right out of the hand of Graff.
I think Stevens thought he had that one too. He went to go grab the ball and throw it back to Graff. All of a sudden he realized that there was no ball in there. Thankfully, did get a piece of it, so only scoots to his right and not too far.
Last night, Nicolagna 0 for 1 with a sac fly. A deep fly ball would do the trick here with runners on second and third. 2-1. Fastball misses below the zone. Pair of arms up and moving in the Belters bullpen. Graf just doesn't seem comfortable tonight.
Uncharacteristically. He's been great all season for the CornBelters, the ace.
Here's the 3-1. Ground ball right back up the middle. Graf fields his position, looks back. Ramos over to first in time. Great play to help himself out. Sharp chopper right back to the mound from Nicolagna.
What a play. And if he doesn't keep that in front of him, then that's a run scored automatically. If he knocks it down, it makes things very hectic. He catches it cleanly, looks over to third, and sees that he's kept the runners at bay and gets the out at first.
That'll be the day for Isaac Graf. Coming in to relieve him, Yat Koshik. We'll step aside and be back with you when baseball resumes. 6-3. Hoots lead the Belters, second and third, 2 away in the top of the 6th inning. Pick things back up in the bottom of the 6th inning. A new arm on the mound for the CornBelters. Yat Koshik replaces Isaac Graf. Graf went 2 innings out of the pen. Walked 3 guys, allowed 2 hits. The runners on second and third he's responsible for. Already 1 run against his ledger. The 9-hitter Sam Pauly in on the right side. Koshik, a tall right-hander, 6'9", comes home. Fastball in on at the letters for strike 1. Yat's last appearance came at Quincy in a 15-11 loss. Good news, he didn't allow a hit. The bad news, he didn't get an out and allowed 3 runs. Raised his ERA to 135 on the summer. 0-1 toss. Fires a fastball, strike 2 in at the letters.
And Pauly is furious with that call, shaking his head the whole way. Yat, though, when he fires that fastball well, it's convincing.
89 miles an hour. Koshik has struggled mightily with control, but has had it tonight. 0-2. Yeah, rocks and fires. Misses downstairs. For those familiar with the CornBelters, they'll be well aware of the issues Koshik has with keeping his hat on his head. 3 pitches, 2 times it's flown off. He'll take that if he can retire Sam Pauly. No CornBelters pitcher has done so far. 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch. 1-2. Curveball runs behind him all the way to the backstop. Drew Stevens will collect it, but Carson Ramos will come in to score. 7-2 the Hoots lead.
Kaushik just completely lost control of that one. He's lucky that Pauly didn't get hit there because he still gets an opportunity to take him down, but not the pitch you want to throw there.
First time we see, Kaushik's breaking ball. It's not a pretty sight. Runner on third with 2 away. Kaushik working from the first base side of the rubber. Nods at the signs from Stevens. Comes set at the chest. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, chop ball down the third base line. Nice play by Nick Roseman over in the bullpen to snag that one out of the air. Another arm up and moving already in the Belters pen. Running out of arms.
Josh Jones still available for the CornBelters, but beyond that, I can't think of too many arms they have left.
Long pause. Here's the 2-2. Fastball misses inside. 89 miles an hour on the heater.
That's where Kaushik really needs to dial in. Started this at bat really well. 2 convincing strikes, but last 3 balls have not been there. The right-hander needs to find one.
Yeah, with just 1 strikeout so far on the summer. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yeah, Kaushik gets Sam Pauly to swing right through a fastball, and the Belters leave a runner on third. 7-3 the Hoots lead after they tack on 1 more in the bottom of the 6th. Belters bats due up next. You're listening to the Normal CornBelters on the CornBelters YouTube. Welcome into Car Shield Park for the top of the 7th inning. Hoots get another run in the bottom of the 6th. They lead 7-3 over the CornBelters. A new arm on the mound for the Hoots. Noah Turner replaces Carter Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth went 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, but just 1 earned run. 9-1-2 due up for the CornBelters order. It'll be Drew Stevens' first at-bat of the ball game. Replace Jacob Greer behind the dish. Stevens has played just 2 games this summer for the Belters, yet to record a hit. Was 0 for 3 on Thursday against the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp. Turner gets a new baseball. A lanky right-hander, 6'5", the tallest player on the O'Fallon roster. Stevens sporting a black arm sleeve on his back right arm, digs into the right-hand side. Turner sets, comes home. Fastball sails head high. Wind blowing out to straightaway center field. The American flag waving at the trees Out in deep center. 1-0. Fastball called strike in at the knees. Stevens, a pure cedar bat with green tape up to the middle of the handle. Steps out, now retakes the box. Turner, 1-1. Breaking ball, fly ball into deep right field. Back goes Glency. He'll look up. It'll hit off the monster. It'll kick down. Stevens takes the turn on first. He'll stop at second base with a leadoff double to start the 7th inning.
How about that for Drew Stevens? It's only 300 to the monster, so Glency can't make a play on it despite what would have been a routine flyout in the majority of ballparks in the Prospect League, let alone baseball. But Stevens takes advantage of it and is on second. A good start for the CornBelters.
His first hit of a young Prospect League career. The monster out in right field, one of the most unique features in the Prospect League. Stands 40 feet tall, extends about 35 feet into right center field. Ramos goes to the mound to talk to Turner. Now retreats behind home plate. No one away, runner on second base for the leadoff man, Eli Keyser. Responsible for most of the offense tonight for the Belters with a 2-run homer back in the 3rd. Turner comes set at the belt. Peek towards second, now to the plate. High fly ball into right field. Glency goes back. He stops at the track. Looks up. He'll make the catch on the warning track. Throw goes to third. Stevens tags. He'll slide in safely. Overran the bag. He'll stab his foot back in before the tag can be applied by William Zera.
Ooh, that's a scary one for Drew Stevens. He popped up. Kind of looked like Mario the way he just jumped up and realized, I should probably get on the bag. Able to beat the tag, but Keyser inches away from a second home run of the game. Would have been huge for the CornBelters. I think Glency technically robs it, but didn't have to make too much of an effort just because of the short wall.
Nearly matched his home run total entering tonight at CarShield Park. 2-hitter Tyler Thompson digs in. First pitch from Turner. Hit well out to right field. Belters pelting the opposite way. This one will tail just foul. Belters all over Noah Turner. That monster out there didn't quite extend to where Eli Keyser's fly ball ended up. CarShield Park has been home to quite a few home run derbies as a result. The most notable, Oliver, Shaquille O'Neal versus Albert Pujols. Back in 2009 on Shaq Versus, a reality show. Shaq had the fences pulled in so he could hit one out.
That makes sense.
Pujols played on the typical fences. Albert still won 16-10 over Shaq. 0-1. Wave and a miss. Strike 2.
I was going to say that it doesn't seem like a very fair fight against one of the game's best, but good for Shaq. Even with the short fences, 10 home runs is pretty impressive.
Kept it close. His baseball swing reminiscent of Charles Barkley's golf swing.
Oh, wow.
0-2 from Turner. Breaking ball flied fouled on the right side. Thompson 0 for 2 tonight, adds a walk. He's going to fall just shy of the all-time single-season hits record in the Prospect League era for the normal CornBelters. His teammate back in 2024, Landon Johnson, notched 71 base knocks. Thompson sits at 67 on the final day. 0-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. The second time Tyler Thompson has struck out tonight after entering tonight with just 9 strikeouts on the entire summer.
And he's pretty upset with himself. Chases a high fastball, throws his bat in the dugout. Nice pitch from Turner, gets the chase. When it's coming at you that fast and it's at the eyes, the reaction just a swing. Able to better one of an all-time Prospect League hitter.
Max Heineman digs into the right-hand side. Turner hurls the first pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. Runner on third with 2 away. Hoots lead the Belters 7-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. Hoots defense plays straight away. Turner, the 1-0. Wave and a miss, strike 1. Turner's hat flies off. Up to 89 miles an hour on the heater. Put a little extra mustard on that pitch.
Kind of reminds me of Kaushik. Tall right-hander, they throw about the same, and the hat's flying off. Interesting comparison.
1-1. Flied foul straight back. Heineman tonight, a pair of groundouts and a single back in the 3rd inning, was thrown out trying to stretch it to a double. His latest ground out back in the 5th, a double play that ended a bases-loaded rally. Looking to make amends here and drive in a run that would cut this lead to 3. Turner sets, 1-2. Appeal down, a check swing, safe. Heineman started to go around, able to hold back at a fastball upstairs.
The entire Hoots infield started walking back to the dugout before they appealed down to Marty over at second base. Maybe Heineman got away with one.
Here's the 2-2 toss. Breaking ball line drive up the middle, base hit. Center fielder Brown able to cut it off before it goes to the wall. Heineman into second, an RBI double, 7-4. Normal cuts into the lead.
And for Turner on the mound, that's got to feel worse because you felt like you just had the put-away pitch. It was a fastball almost identical to the one that he got Thompson to chase on, but doesn't get the call, and on the very next pitch, Heineman makes him pay.
Drew Stevens comes in to score his first run of his Prospect League initial campaign. Expect to see him feature for a full season's worth as a CornBelter in 2027. Addison Worthman, the designated hitter, digs into the right-hand side, 2 away, a runner on second base. Turner brings his hands together, the 0-0. Fastball, big swing and a miss on the inside corner.
Not going to blow many pitches by Addison Worthman on fastballs inside like that.
Worthman, 2 strikeouts and a walk, came around to score in the 6th inning. Added his 12th stolen base on his way around the bases. Turner a peek back to second base. Here's the 0-1. Fastball in at the knees for a called strike. Worthman behind in the count, 0-2. On Friday against Terre Haute was 1 for 4, with a pair of strikeouts has equaled that total already through 6 frames tonight. Heineman extends his lead at second base, 0-2. Towering fly ball, it'll get into the seats on the right side. Worthman stays alive.
Turner went back to that fastball in the inside corner, and once again, Worthman's late on it. Saw that with Stevens hitting the double and Keyser, both of them to right field late on fastballs. Same here for Worthman.
Noah Turner making his 7th appearance of the summer on the hill. Has gone just 5 2/3, an ERA of 4.76. 1 run already in the inning for the Belters. 7-4, they still lead. 0-2. Slider misses in the dirt. Addison Worthman, if you consider his full season stats, including his games in the KCL, has video game numbers. His slugging percentage up over 700, an ERA just under 400. Checks on second base, 1-2 home. Called strike 3. Noah Turner sends Addison Worthman back to the dugout window shopping, but the Belters get one back on a 2-out double, from Max Heineman. O'Fallon still leads 7-4 as we head to the home half of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch. You're listening to the normal CornBelters on the CornBelters YouTube. Yat Kaushik gets the final out of the 6th inning. But on the hill for the 7th will be Jacob McPherson for the Belters. Normal gets 1 run back in the top half of the 7th. They still trail 7-4 to the O'Fallon Hoots. The final day of the regular season in the Prospect League. Normal going to finish with their best ever record, regardless if they can turn things around at CarShield Park, securing that with their 32nd win. It's not going to matter. The CornBelters won't head to the playoffs. A different fate on the other side for the O'Fallon Hoots. They'll travel to Cape to take on the Catfish for round 1 of the Prospect League playoffs tomorrow night. McPherson will face the top of the Hoots order. Nick Stoyer digs into the right-hand side. Normal has yet to figure him out tonight. 3 walks and a single back in the 4th inning. McPherson stretches out one last time. Takes the first base side of the slab. Stares in for the signs from Stevens. Rocks and fires. Big wave and a miss. A breaking ball McPherson pulled the string on.
The fact the CornBelters are even here, 9 walks and 3 hit by pitches, 12 free passes, and they're still in this game is almost mind-boggling. Pitching staff's done a nice job.
0-1. Breaking ball runs away from McPherson. Making his 8th appearance of the summer. Just 1 start, the other 7 out of the pen. He's gone 10 2/3 innings, a 6.75 ERA. Stoyer steps out. He'll tie his left shoe. Not the easiest thing to do while wearing batting gloves.
Don't think you want that untied, though. That would be a bad way to go down, trying to beat out an infield single and you just trip over yourself. So, sensible.
Slaps his bat down on the ground a few times. An all-black cedar stick with green tape up to the middle of the handle. Steps back into the box. McPherson a big deep breath. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses in the dirt. You mentioned the control issues tonight for the Belters. To still be down just 3 runs here deep in the game in the bottom of the 7th inning. With the capability of the Belters bats, you got to feel all right. 2-1. Line drive back up the middle, base hit. Carter Blakeney takes a strange route to the ball. Stoyer's going to head for 2, throw in, takes Thompson off the bag. Stoyer's helmet flies off. It's a leadoff double to start the 7th inning.
Have a day. Nick Stoyer, 103. You mentioned Blakeney taking a weird route. Well, interestingly enough, he was shading on the left side for his perspective of the second base bag, so it was tricky to get over there. Makes a good throw in, but it's too deep in the hole and too little time to put an accurate one on.
Carter Blakeney, a typical right fielder for the Belters, gets the nod in center field with Dylan Cody being a late scratch tonight. He made an error earlier on tonight that led to a long triple for Carson Ramos. Runner on second, still no one away. John Connors pinch hit for by Tyler Macon. He's in on the right side. McPherson checks the runner. Now comes home. Breaking ball misses head high. John Connors, the on-base percentage leader in the Prospect League. O'Fallon happy to save him for the playoff game tomorrow. Macon taps the plate twice, now brings his bat to rest on his back shoulder. Here's the 1-0. Started to go, holds back. Fastball brushes him off the plate.
It's funky. It almost looked like Macon lagged there. Checked his swing and then just trying to get out of the way of it. Does so successfully.
Not great ping in the ballpark tonight.
I don't think so.
2-0 the count. Runner on second. O'Fallon trying to add on to a 7-4 advantage. 2-0 toss. Broken back ground ball. It'll be Heineman to field it over at third. One hop. Barber picks it at first to retire Macon.
I understand that the broken bat, not ideal, but there was no hustle there out of the box from Tyler Macon. Heineman had to field it deep. It was beyond the third base bag, and it was a one-hop throw, a tricky one for Barber to glove. If he hustles a little bit further down the line, he's making that play interesting. I'm not sure what the rationale is there.
Not a whole lot of urgency on the left side of the infield either.
Yeah.
Gavin Michaels has an easier play on that ball if he charges it. Instead, he leaves it to Heineman to make the play, which he does for out number 1. Nick Stoyer moves over to third base. With 1 away, the infield comes in on the lip of where the infield turf green meets brown. First pitch to Will Zera. Called strike in at the knees. William, sorry if his mother's listening to our road broadcast. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses head high.
Gotta feel like this run is so crucial for the CornBelters. You have 6 outs to work with. 4 runs maybe feels a lot worse mentally. You gotta come back and put 4 more runs that you've already scored today on the board.
Time is called by our field umpire, Brad Marty. McPherson looking at him confused. He'll retake the rubber. McPherson working from the first base side of the slab. Runner on third, 1 away. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Stevens sliding to his right to block it. Rain seems to have died down almost completely here at CarShield Park. A light mist drifting over, illuminated by the lights. 2-1. Wave and a miss, strike 2.
Not really sure what Zera's looking for there. It's a fastball that touches the plate. Still gets a swing out of him, though.
It's tricky when the Wi-Fi is not great, you know. Long pause for McPherson. Shakes twice. Now rocks and delivers. Chopper down the third base line. Heineman touches it foul. That one was red at his eyes.
Can't believe that. The zone we have says it was in there, but the way that Zera approached that one, it looked like it was head high, and he was kind of just tomahawking it down, and I get a good protection swing there.
William Zera is tall, no doubt about it, but don't think that's a strike in many umpire zones. McPherson readies, 2-2. Foul ball caught by Drew Stevens, strike 3. Foul tip, excuse me. Jacob McPherson's first strikeout of the afternoon.
It's a huge one for McPherson. A good breaking ball. Stevens done a good job in his short tenure behind the plate today to squeeze that one, give his pitcher some help. Now the CornBelters, the situation is a lot less dire. You only need 1 out, and it's at first base.
Griffin Brown digs into the right side. It's only Jacob McPherson's first strikeout of the afternoon if you consider 9:32 p.m. to be afternoon. 2 away, runner on third. McPherson comes home. Breaking ball misses outside. Hasn't had great control of the slider.
Now, more hung up by the fact 9:32. It's been a long game.
Big deep breath. 1-0. Hit high into the air on the left side. Heineman into foul territory. He'll camp under it. Called off by nobody. It'll drop. Heineman reeled back as if someone had called him off. But Barada coming in didn't seem to be ready to make a play. Neither did Michaels from shortstop. A new life for Griffin Brown.
Feels like Barada's ball there. Both those infielders are trailing back, and at the end, Heineman was backpedaling, and it falls in the middle of all 3 defenders. Barada has the easiest play charging in. That's when the CornBelters you feel like you got to make with the runner on third base.
Nick Roseman headed back to the dugout from the bullpen, pointing at his chest like, was that my fault? I don't think so. Brown rewraps his batting gloves and digs back in. Middle infield positioned in double play depth, even with no one on first. 1-1. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Appeal on the check swing from Brown. No dice. Long stare in from McPherson. Now the 2-1. Breaking ball poured it into the zone for strike 2. It's a tough ballpark to play right field. Eli Keyser hasn't been quite as busy as the Hoots right fielder Jaden Glency has been. McPherson nods. 2-2. Fastball misses downstairs. You can tell that the CornBelters fielders impatient out there. It's been a long game. Close to 3 hours of game time already here in the bottom of the 7th inning. One that doesn't mean anything to Normal. Apart from pride and leaving the season on a high. Here's the payoff. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Jacob McPherson, a brilliant breaking ball, gets Griffin Brown to swing right through it. We'll head to the 8th inning. Hoots still lead the Belters 7-4. You're listening to the Normal CornBelters on the CornBelters YouTube. It's $1 concession time here in O'Fallon as we pass 3 hours of game time. Top of the 8th action. New arm on the mound for the Hoots. Noah Turner replaced by Teru Khan on the hill. Khan will face the middle of the Belters order, 5, 6, and 7. Made 2 appearances so far this summer, yet to record an out. His ERA currently sits at infinite. Carter Blakeney digs into the right-hand side, looking to help make up a 3-run deficit for the Belters. O'Fallon leads over Normal 7-4 here on the final day of the Prospect League regular season. Khan working from the middle of the slab. First pitch to Blakeney. Misses downstairs, a fastball that skips all the way to the backstop. Defensive sub as well. Tyler Macon, who replaced John Connors at first base, gets the hook himself. The projected Prospect League MVP, Nick Bonkowski, comes into play first. 1-0. Hit well out to left center field. Brown going back. He'll make the running catch. He hits the ground. No, it came out of the glove. Blakeney takes the turn from second, headed to third. The relay in. Got him. Wow, what a relay. Brown toppled over trying to make the catch. Fired it into the shortstop, Pauly, who relayed it to Will Zera to get Carter Blakeney trying to get a triple.
Well, that's how Khan's going to pick up his first out of the season. Blakeney smoked that ball. And Brown almost made a highlight reel play, but loses it. And they always say, don't make the first or final out at third. Well, Blakeney just committed that sin.
Teru Khan will finally have a tangible ERA. Made 2 appearances at the end of July against Quincy and Thrillville. did not record an out in either, gave up 3 and 4 runs respectively in the 2 contests. Filippo Barada in on the right side. Kahn comes home. Fastball in on the inside half. Called strike.
And you think that they're throwing Kahn here, maybe not their best arm as they're saving for Cape tomorrow. We're coming off a big win against Jackson.
0-1 pitch. Check swing, foul ball right at the top of the netting. It spills over into the seats. And Oliver, Cape have had their fair share of wins this season. The Prospect League record, 44-10 across the 2 halves, winners of both the first and second half. But tonight, even more special.
23-1. That is something.
0-2 home. Breaking ball ripped into left center field. Alagna makes the catch on the run. Both of the first 2 Belters batters have absolutely tagged baseballs. Filippo Barada, 98 miles an hour. And they're leaving with 2 away, and the base is empty.
Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. Unbelievable. I'm sure that Barada and Blakeney are furious the fact that they put 2 brilliant swings on baseballs and they have nothing to show for it.
Braden Barber digs into the right-hand side. An RBI ground out in his last trip. Kahn sets and delivers. Ground ball to the right side. It'll get through for a base hit. Stoyer ranging to his left. Can't quite get there. He'll get all the way through to Glency. A 2-out base runner for the Belters.
They're all over Kahn, swinging at first pitches. They're doing everything they can to try and get back in this game. They're putting good contact. It's just got to fall now and come to them.
If Teru Kahn can get out of this inning without a run, he should consider himself lucky. This easily could have been 3 consecutive hits to start it. It's a runner on first with 2 away instead. Gavin Michaels in on the right side. Kahn working from the dead middle of the rubber. Peeks on first. Comes home. In on the hands, fly ball into the seats. Michaels 0 for 2 with the walk. Ground out and a strikeout after he began his outing with a free pass back in the 3rd. Michaels struggled on the road this season, hitting under 160 away from the corn crib. 0-1 toss. Wave and a miss, strike 2. Swings right through a fastball at the letters. Kahn sitting at 84 miles an hour on his heater. 10 hits, 7 runs for O'Fallon. 8 hits, just 4 on the scoreboard for Normal. 0-2. Fastball spoiled off by Michaels. It'll get into the concourse.
And what's crazy is with all this action this inning we've seen, only 9 pitches for Kahn. CornBelters, they're being aggressive.
Pitching to contact, hard contact at that. The ball that was hit the least well ended up in the lone hit. 0-2. Runs in and clips Michaels high in the shoulder. Can't complain too much. Catches him where he has a guard. And with 2 strikes, he extends the inning for the Belters.
No complaints there. Kahn cannot be too happy with that, though. Has Michaels right where he wanted him. After throwing a good fastball to get a swing and a miss 2 batters ago. Missed that one high and tight. And all of a sudden the CornBelters are 1 swing away from tying this game.
Hoots leads 7-4 here in the top of the 8th inning. 2 away, runners on first and second for Drew Stevens. Doubled and came around to score an inning ago. His first hit in just his 3rd Prospect League game. Kahn stares in for the signs from Ramos. Comes set at the belt. First pitch to Stevens. Runs way outside with the heater. Wind still blowing out here at CarShield Park. Drifting to dead center field. Kahn shakes one sign, then nods. Doesn't look at the runners, 1-0. Cut and a miss, foul tipped off the bat of Stevens right into the glove of Ramos. If you're the Belters, to leave O'Fallon with anything, it feels you need to get something here. Trailing by 3 in the 8th inning with 2 runners on base. Hurls the 1-1. Breaking ball misses upstairs. A funky release on that one.
kind of rose and then dipped right away. That was a double breaker.
In the most respectful way possible, you can see why Teru Khan has only made 2 appearances this summer. 2-1. Fastball misses below the zone.
No harm, though, this situation, right? I mean, say he does get rocked here and CornBelters go on to score 5 runs in the inning, take the lead. So what? You're going to play Cape tomorrow, rest your arms.
First and second, 2 away. Drew Stevens awaits a 3-1. Takes a ball outside. Bases loaded for the Belters. Drew Stevens on base both of his trips to the plate tonight. And the lineup will flip over for the 5th time tonight.
This is big. CornBelters seeing the ball well. If anything, Keyser extends the inning. Would be pretty cool to put it in the hands of Tyler Thompson, the captain in his final game, to give the CornBelters the lead.
Keyser, a home run and a single, a long fly out an inning ago to the track. Seeing the ball very well tonight. Khan set at the belt. First pitch to Keyser. Misses head high. Khan readies. Long pause, 1-0 toss. Misses downstairs. Bases loaded, 2 away. Tying run leads off first base. It's Drew Stevens. Gavin Michaels on second. Braden Barber on third.
You got to think that anything that finds the outfield grass, Michaels from second is scoring. If Stevens gets a good jump, they can maybe tie this game.
Khan sets, hurls the 2-0. Misses head high, 3-0 to Keyser. Eli Keyser has been the answer to a revolving door in the leadoff spot. Gavin Michaels got a chance. Ben Vogley, all working to replace the production of Charlie Veracruz. 3-0. A green light for Eli Keyser.
Why not?
Here it is. Takes a fastball right down the middle. Now the green light will go back in effect. Lays the barrel to rest on his back shoulder. Khan sets, hurls the 3-1. Ground ball, chopped foul down the left side. Count goes full.
It's a fastball in the exact same spot, middle in. And Keyser was all over it, maybe too excited. Got way out in front, and now the count is full. This is a big pitch because you're most likely getting a fastball, and they're all going to be running.
You can sit there, just head back.
2 away, bases juice. Runners break, here's the payoff. Misses inside, it kicks away. Taking the turn is Michaels. Now he'll retreat. Started to go home. Wisely decided as Ramos corralled it quickly in the backstop to not go anywhere. Eli Keyser will trade places as Drew Stevens advances to second. Gavin Michaels will hold at third. Braden Barber into score. Bases stay loaded.
It's good aggressiveness, though. Why not? Situation like that, Michaels just turns around, but hustling out, he's able to give himself at least a chance there to try and look at it.
Here's Carter Mize. They'll call in a right-handed arm out of the pen. Teru Khan still yet to complete an inning, but gets his first 2 outs of the summer. We'll step aside. Belters bases loaded with 2 away, trailing by 2. We'll be back with you when baseball resumes here in O'Fallon. Back in O'Fallon, a new arm on the mound. Christian Harvey replaces Teru Khan after Teru Khan gets his first 2 outs of the summer, but allows 1 run in and leaves the bases loaded. 2 away bases juiced for Tyler Thompson. Yet to get a hit tonight. He'll fall short of the all-time single-season record of 71, still can move alone into 3rd place. Harvey comes home, misses outside with the fastball. Michaels took a big secondary, but Ramos keeps it close enough to keep him at 3rd base. Harvey was signed today for O'Fallon, immediately thrust into action. Played the last 3 years, for the Hoots. Back for his first appearance of 2026. Thompson chops his feet and brings him to rest in the box. 1-0. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Tyler Thompson isn't a fan of leaving Normal without a proper goodbye. Has multiple hits on the last day in each of the past 2 years. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball catches enough of the zone for strike 1. Tyler Thompson has not ended a summer, even in his illustrious CornBelters career, above 300. He'll do so in 2026. 296 and 286 in the past 2 years. 2-1. Ground ball to the right side. Sawyer fields it. He'll flip it to Bonkowski at first for 1, and that'll get O'Fallon out of the jam. Tyler Thompson takes his time over at first base in what could be his final CornBelters at bat. 7-5, the Hoots still lead as we head to the home half of the 8th inning. You're listening to the Normal CornBelters on the CornBelters YouTube. Rain picks up here in O'Fallon as we head to the home half of the 8th inning. Jacob McPherson completes his inning with just 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. He's replaced on the mound by Josh Jones, the hard-throwing right-hander. Home plate umpire Cody Hawkins barking into the Belters dugout. Now he'll walk to the mound to talk to Jones before he can even throw a pitch. Stevens joins him. Not clear what the discussion is. It's a quick one. Carson Shear, the designated hitter, will be the first man that Jones faces. A single back in the 2nd inning came around to score the first run for the Hoots, since a pair of groundouts and a strikeout in the 4th. Jones completed the perfect game earlier in the summer for the Normal CornBelters. Comes set at the belt. His first offer. Breaking ball drops into the zone for strike 1. Belters defense playing straight away, middle infield. Michaels and Thompson playing just a step onto the outfield turf. 0-1. Another breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Shear much better here at CornBelters Park, a 255 average compared to under 165 away from home. 0-2. Another slider, 3 straight. Strike 3 swinging.
Shear's pretty upset with himself there. The whole walk back to the dugout, he was holding the bat above his head like he was going to slam it down, but a good start for Josh Jones.
Good restraint not to break it over his front knee.
Definitely.
Carson Ramos digs into the right-hand side. The catcher tonight, Belters have yet to get him out. Tripled back in the second, was the second run to score, 3 consecutive walks. Jones comes home. Heater misses outside. 91 miles an hour from Jones. You could hear after the strikeout, the Belters giving Josh Jones his trademark cheer, I guess you could call it. Time is called behind the plate from Stevens. It's a tough task being thrust into the last week of the season as a catcher. Have to get on the same page with all of the pitchers. 1-0. Fastball misses downstairs, of which there have been quite a few tonight. 7 arms going for the Belters. The lone man left in the bullpen, to our knowledge, is the pitching coach, Ryan Willard. 1 away, bases empty. Hoots leads 7-5 here in the bottom of the 8th. Belters trying to get the bats back up and answer with their last at-bats of the year. 2-0. Fastball called strike on the inside half. Ramos got out of the way of it. Cody Hawkins disagreed. Wind blowing to straightaway center. It's calmed down. 2-1. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Life has been taken out of the ballpark. Stands full at first pitch. Almost 3.5 hours later, nearly empty. 3-1. Fly ball into right field. Keyser will give chase. Will run out of room as it heads into the seats. Even though it's a Saturday night, it's a tough ask to stick around past 10 p.m. in a crowd that was filled with families.
Do so in the rain as well. Makes it even tougher.
Here's the payoff. Breaking ball hit well out to right field. Keyser going back. He'll look up at the monster, and he'll get it off the rebound. Stopping at first is Ramos. Keyser reads the bounce. Fantastic. A ball that hits the wall is held to a single.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised the way that bounced off the wall. A big 40-footer out there, and it kind of just died off of the green monster-esque thing and fell right to Keyser on the track and holds Ramos to a single. What a day.
Josh Jones, a pair of black arm sleeves on either arm. Barber holds on Ramos at first. Jaden Glency in on the right side. Doubled his last time up. Jones readies. 0-0. Fastball in on the inside half for strike 1. Josh Jones, one of the hardest throwing pitchers on this Belters roster. We saw him get up to 94 miles an hour. 0-1. Hit straight back over the netting into foul territory.
We're not seeing that same speed here. That one, 91 miles an hour. It's where he's been hovering, but the location has been fantastic out of Jones. He's dotting a lot of pitches where he wants to. Gave up that long single to Ramos, but he still looked pretty good.
0-2. Fastball misses head high. Glency continued a 3-game hit streak, turned it into 4 with his double in the 6th inning. Sac fly RBI way back in the 2nd. 1-2 toss. Breaking ball drops into the zone. No. Ooh. No stream. One the count. Runner on first, 2 away. Hoots leads 7-5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. One. called strike on the outside half. One-two toss. Ground ball to the left side. Heineman charging it, fields it, working around it, over to first. One hop takes Barber off the bag. Infield single for Nicolagna. Runners on first and second.
Yeah, it's a tricky play for Heineman. Wouldn't be surprised if that one's ruled an infield single rather than an error. He is able to field it, but playing so deep in the hole, Lagna, the speedster, beats it out.
First and second with 2 away. Sam Pauly in on the right side. First pitch from Jones. Fastball called strike on the outside half. No more Wi-Fi. 0-1. Breaking ball drops into the zone for a strike.
Yeah, if the stream is still going, apologize. Some Wi-Fi issues here at Car Shield Field. We've been dealing with them all summer, but it was actually going pretty strong today. Just not sure what happened to the Wi-Fi. Maybe it cuts out at 10 p.m.
0-2. Fastball yanked outside. Not used to games going over the 3.5-hour threshold, perhaps.
That could make sense. I mean, it's not the network we were using, not here anymore, so I wouldn't. It would surprise me, but I think that would make sense.
1-2 pitch. Runs all the way to the backstop. Stevens will just let it roll back to him. Runners advance to second and third.
Jones got to settle in. He was looking really good following that strikeout from Glency. But after giving up that infield single, hasn't looked his best in this at-bat.
If anyone is listening, feel free to put in the chat if you can hear or not. 2-2. Breaking ball drops just high. Josh Jones was halfway to the dugout. He'll need another strike. Count is full, 2 away. Runners on second and third. Normal looking to keep the lead at 7-5. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit well out to right field. It'll tail foul. One of a few balls to right field that in another ballpark.
I think. Apologies if you can hear us for the technical difficulties. I'm not sure. Because it's saying poor and then it says no
I think end the
data.
stream and start.
No, stream healthy, stream healthy.
Stream healthy. I don't think so. Fly ball. Foul.
The stream is healthy. It's excellent right now. I'm confused. But we're on Car Shield still. I apologize for...
Anyone listening the whole summer will remember back at the beginning of the summer when we left the crowd mic here, the stream cut out after 20 minutes. 1-1. Fastball misses downstairs. Josh Jones is getting fed up with our home plate umpire. He'll walk out. Cody Hawkins, he'll scrape the plate off.
Not even sure what... Oh, my God.
Bases loaded, 2 away.